not like her. She didn't like me, so it was true. And up until I had her for maybe just now, she only recently, within like 6 months, started to interact with me. Now, the whole time, like, she would avoid me. Every now and then, she would like come sit with me. But it was like very like sometimes. Now, like today, she will come interact with me, which is like, okay, fine. We spoke the same. I don't hate your guts anymore. But like my male cat, yeah. You guys have, but my male cat, like from day one, we spoke the same way. But he's still a jerk. Yeah, you didn't set out. You guys have 5. Are you done, or do you think?
I don't need more. It was like we didn't.
Right. Yeah, you didn't set out.
Do
you guys have like cool things for cats to do at your house?
Like they came to us, they scratched us.
Right. Okay. Because I got a cat tree. We got a little cat. What's it called? Like a cat ladder. Like I like drilled pictures on my wall. Because I got a cat high up, so like a little cat. They get up there. I have a cat treadmill. Like I like. Drilled pictures into my wall. Yeah, that's like actually pretty cool. So one of my cats has never. Have you ever seen LeBron Don? No. My male cat. That's actually pretty cool. One of my cats has multiple. It's pretty cool. Have you ever seen LeBron? And it's just a giant hamster wheel. Like it's a very basic thing, but no, it's pretty cool. Plus it like looks cool. Like it's a nice little decor. It's a very kind of accent piece. But no, it's pretty cool. Plus, it looks nice.
They make the cat trees now where it looks like modern furniture.
Yeah. Kind of accent piece. They're not cheap.
That's what we were looking at at one point. Like when they make the cat trees now where it looks like modern furniture.
Yeah. That's my shit. I'm gonna next time I run across some carpet, we will baller real life. Yeah,
we do.
That's my next move. I'm gonna next time I run across some carpet, we do a baller real life. We do a baller real life.
We do down to 0.5. I do something, and then I do like it longer. So I do. Like we do the parts around the top. I can do something over. I do like it longer because I do work on I think do a lot of she has too long because I'm trying to do like a lot of oil stocks now. I think I told you last time. I do a lot of she has so I'm trying to do a lot of oil stocks. And so like I've got this point I think like the and so like so that's why I thought she might have because they even asked her tomorrow, is that baby what's the
It is.
That's why I thought she sees me on my head. And they even asked her tomorrow, is that baby what's So I'm hoping that I can. I like it. So book your next time. Right. She can go to the same side. But I like it. So there's this comedian who talks about like cats. It's just I like other he says because I like cats, it doesn't mean I'm anti-dog.
No, and see,
it's just I like other people.
I have 2 high energy
interviews.
No, see, I have 2 high energy dogs. I have 2 reasons. And so they are. I mean, they're crackheads. If you've ever seen like G Romano, like when Corky Romano like sniffed the coat. But the thing is, that's how my dogs are every day. They're just out of control. But the thing is, like, I think, my deep-ish voice makes it easier for me to kind of recalibrate, like when I get up to energy, you know what I mean? Whereas, like, they just walk all over me. Like, this morning, like when I get up to let the dogs, every time they're quiet, they wait for me to, open up their doors and let them out. Every time she gets up, they bark as if someone's breaking the house, which is ironic because when we've had house guests, like whenever like construction worker comes to like repair something, nothing, crickets. What up, my friend? No, I feel like. Once it's an interesting our time expires. No, I feel like I will only consider being once our time expires with our pets. I would only consider getting more cats because of the threat of price. But I feel like I would be okay if I had no more pets. But and I think her and I talked about getting like bigger properties so that house and
roam around.
Yeah. And I think that circumstance, if they weren't primarily in the house, I think I might be good with that. I mean, my male dog, destroyed several items and artifacts in the house. My cats are knocking things off, counters.
But did you have to get your dogs like formally trained or anything?
So I'm sure that would have helped. But I did. My thing is like, I'm not trying to. I don't care if my dog will shake or Manchester or whatever. Manchester. I don't care if my dog can shake or write an exam paper. I don't care about that. I want my dog to shut up when I tell them. I want them to sit when I tell them, and I want them to know when to go outside or not potty in the house. Outside of that, I don't care what you do. Be a dog.
Exactly. That's so funny.
Yeah, I need you to be a human. That's so funny. If I wanted a human, I get a roommate. She bought them. And I actually did the costume. She bought them costumes.
Put in their head.
Yeah. She and I actually think the costume. I don't know. She bought them costumes a couple days ago. So that when we go on walks, well, plus I don't know if I told you, but we take Halloween like super serious.
Oh, nice.
Different costumes. When I tell you super serious, we dress up every day in October.
Okay.
Yeah, different costumes. So no, we mean business. Like our anniversary. Good morning. What up, my friend? Are you guys here for the shop's anniversary? Good morning. Marcelo? Okay, yeah. Are you guys here for Joe? Marcelo? Okay, yeah, have a seat.
The shop's anniversary is our anniversary is 24th.
The shop's anniversary is October 8th. Our anniversary.
We just celebrate that.
Yeah. So we literally just So we just celebrate the entire month of October. I dress up. So every day in October, man.
You just like accumulated over the years.
Yeah. Okay. Some of them are really inconvenient.
We very much are pro Halloween.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. That's right. Did you guys throw parties or just attend? Like, what's the?
So we used to, we never threw like Halloween parties, but before we had our daughter, we did like the house party stuff, like for New Year's, just have party over. And since then, it's more about just us. Like, we won't necessarily like throw a party, but we'll go to like, friends' houses and stuff like that. But we'll dress up for sure. It's always funny because like her bedtime was always kind of naturally early, so right around 6 o'clock is kind of when we're like during bath time. And it's funny because we go trick or treating.
Right.
Trick or treat, we're the ones on the block, or people with spaghetti in their mouths, like, oh yeah, let me get you candy, hang on.
Right.
But I have to bring your hair. So like, and Halloween too is so like I told you, we moved up here from a job. It's one of the first things they said is, hey, we also take Halloween seriously, and so they showed all their costumes over the years, like what they do. So this year, and so they said they voluntold me I'm Darth Vader. I was like, well, that's kind of easy. Like I just want simple. Like I can wear a mask, I can wear a cape. So I started searching, and I think when you Google stuff, like all the cosplay stuff comes up first.
Man, that's a great idea. Yes. They mean I'll tell you what, that's a great idea. If you pick a decent,
I'll buy it.
Because we're about to say.
Because I use it.
Yeah, I'm going to use it, right? And I've never seen Star Wars. Because I'm going to use it, right? And I've never seen Star Wars, so I don't know any. I don't know anything about the movie. Yeah, man. One of my favorite. I've seen Spaceballs. I'm going to Spaceballs. One of my favorite movies.
They're making.
Yeah, I saw that. Because I think he's all like.
But yeah, no, if you buy the costume, as long as you can like give me the receipt.
But yeah, no, if you buy the costume,
Give me the receipt, whatever.
I'll wear it.
I'll wear it to the party.
Yeah. Or whatever. I'll wear it.
I'll wear it to the party. And then come right after.
Yeah. minimize costs.
And the thing is, like, a lot of the
I love that because I'm always because we and the thing is like a lot of the costume ideas I have are like great ideas in practice, and then you get them. Like one year, dude, I thought Pinocchio was going to be the funniest costume. It wasn't funny, and then when it came, yeah, it just looked so. I just wasn't. It wasn't funny. Yeah, it was weird. So I said to say like I probably buy like 10 to 15 costumes a year. And only like 4 or 5 of them, I just make the cut for the next year. I throw them away. I probably should donate them. I didn't think about that. But no, whenever
the thing is, like,
whenever I have a dud,
October is a busy time of year.
I mean, we put them.
So
The thing is, like,
we don't always have
October is a busy time of year anyway.
So I feel like a lot of times
we don't always have time to like catch our breath.
unless it like falls.
So I feel like a lot of times when the costumes are done, unless it like falls apart midway, I pretty much just put it in a pile. We talk about like this was a dud, never again. But just habitually it ends back up in the sorted out the costume pile, and then we get to sort it out and throw the bad ones away, and then that same costume ends up.
No, I usually just buy them on Amazon. Yeah, and I think that's been why like.
No, I usually just buy them on Amazon. Yeah, and I think that's been why like I have so many costume or bust.
Like the ones you see online,
you just don't know what you're gonna get, right? Because like the costumes, like the ones you see online, they're gonna be advertised by someone that doesn't look like you, doesn't have your physique, so it's a crap. But don't know.
I'm too busy to go to a couple times a week.
So yeah, but
whenever
I'm too busy to go to a Halloween store
and a lot of times
a couple times a week. Whenever I think, and a lot of times too, like one store doesn't encompass my ideas. You know what I mean? Whereas like Amazon, like I can say I want to be, about this single thing. It's like there's one. Yeah.
But again, like I promise, like I'm gonna, like I'll give you at least one.
But again, like I promise, like
I promise,
just make sure each one.
No, we'll just have a recycle program.
Yeah. Just make sure. Yeah.
No, we'll just have a recycle program.
Yeah.
I got this here. You get this here.
That is big. Man, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
No, it's 100% on. We don't know where. Yeah, but like, did you notice that there's construction?
No, it's 100% on. We don't know where. Yeah, but like, did you notice that there's that construction is in that?
Yeah, because I don't want people
so
like
that's
you, like
where we're trying to go. So
to like, we're gonna go.
yeah, because I don't want
No problem. Because I don't want to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like,
no problem. Because I don't want to be making the move with you. You know what I mean? Like, respectfully, like we're making the move with you guys in mind, but ultimately, like, we are the ones that are going to deal with the brunt of the commute if we go too far out of the area. So I'm not trying to go. I'm not even trying to go to like 290 or. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to make anybody do anything I don't want to do. And granted, I'd have to do it, multiple times a day there and back, whereas you might have to do it once a month or once every couple of weeks. But I don't want to do it.
You're from San Antonio?
Yeah, man. You're from San Antonio? Yeah. Right.
Sometimes it feels like it doesn't end.
Yeah. It's like 2 p.m. and I'm like, okay, I gotta get out.
And sometimes it feels like it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 p.m. and I'm like, okay, I gotta get out. Yeah, I'm like, all October. No, I'm not sure if they got Halloween series.
So my favorite.
What has been your favorite costume?
What I like.
So my favorite is twofold. What I like and what my clients respond.
Yosemite Sam.
I think my favorite. That's my favorite.
But I've got
Yosemite Sam. Yeah, that's my favorite.
but I've got the most laugh.
Yeah, but I've got the most laugh.
What costumes do people laugh at the hardest?
What other costumes do people laugh at the hardest?
You got the hat and everything.
Yeah, dude, I got the hat, I got the mustache, the beard, the eyebrows.
Yeah, dude, I got the hat, I got the mustache, the beard, the eyebrows, the chaps. Yeah, no, man. I feel like there's another one that we got a lot of laughs from. We had, I think last year was the first year we were Teletubbies. Good morning. Yeah, Good morning, best friend. Good morning. Good morning, best friend. What up, my friend? You guys got a point or just walking in? Go ahead, Simon.
I think I was
The red one? Okay.
That's the red one?
So what color are you?
I don't remember. I think I was the red one.
The red one?
I was the red
Was I
one.
the red one?
Yeah, I
was
did
the red
like
one.
last year, and then like the ones that you don't.
Yeah, I was the red
think are
one.
Gonna be that
I did like last year, and then like the ones that you don't think are gonna be that good end up being gold. Like I got Beetlejuice last year, and like that turned out actually pretty good.
Did you do the makeup and everything? Like the
Yes, Matt. Listen, I'm gonna.
A lot of the costume ideas are like out of desperation because we run
A lot of the costume ideas are like out of that.
or like a new movie will
Come
run
out, I'll be like, oh, and it's out of good costume.
Yeah.
Or like, a new movie will come out, and I'll be like, oh,
And you have to get on it.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gotta capitalize. And so, like,
It's hard to remember.
I know
that
I've done so many things. It's hard to remember. I know that when I was Prince,
because like
I probably messed up. I made like 3 or 4 guys mustaches because like, and like I had like
I was gonna
I
say,
made,
like,
and I'm like, okay, hold still, right? And like I had like 3 guys that I can remember that like I ended up messing up. I would say that one. So yeah, it was I would say that one.
Did you do the purple?
Yeah, it was
Purple
suit. Purple suit. Yeah, it was purple suit with the white gloss.
over the years.
I mean, there's over the years. I was Richard Simmons. That one was pretty funny too. I was Richard Simmons. That one was pretty funny too.
I was gonna ask like what's the longest
I
take,
would
like,
probably
the
say, well, the costumes that have required makeup. I would probably say, well, the costumes that required makeup. So Prince, Beetlejuice. So I had 1 year I was an emo kid. So I had a wig for that. I had a wig. I had a wig for that. I had a wig. I had to like that one probably had the most socks on. Like I had those long sleeve like socks on your arm with like the finger bite. You know what I mean? I had that. Well, so I had on like I had shorts on, but I had like I want to say I had shorts on, but I had like man, it was so yeah, man, it was. I don't know if I had pictures, but I did. I don't know if I had pictures, but I did. I do mostly make videos every day, like when I dress up, because this is. Although it's fun as hell, this is for the promotion of the shop. You know what I mean? So
I was gonna say y'all pictures,
But I always make videos.
So I don't take any pictures, but I always make videos. And I don't know why I don't think to take pictures, but I usually make videos of everything. So most of the time, and it's also kind of a missed opportunity because I have like Shawn Cuts H is my personal business page, right? Tiger Cuts is shop page. I don't really manage the shop page very well at all, and so most of the stuff is on my personal social page, but or my personal business page. But I should. I need to be better about putting it on the shop page. I just but yeah, no, I could recommend. So I've never watched it, but I'm all for suggestions. So I've never watched it, but I'm all for suggestions. Like I can only think of so much of my own because ultimately, like when people give me suggestions, please I love that because ultimately, like I want you to walk to the door and bust a gut, fall out. Like, oh my god, you know what I mean? And
so I guess my other question is,
all right. So I'll tell you. All right. So I'll tell you. grade. Some of my costumes I know are like, C- grade as far as like either they don't look that good or they just don't get that great of a response. So, but just in the studios are like wearing something. So like for example, Mondays are like my slowest day of the week. So those days I'm gonna put on a BS costume just to say. And I save my better costumes being that you seem to see a weekend guy. So being that you seem to be a weekend guy, yes.
Did you get that?
Do you have an appointment or just walk in? Perfect. Sign in. Sucker, did anybody hit the group chat?
Well, yeah, no, you got a high probability for the weekend, but no, I will definitely. Well, yeah, no, you got a high probability for the weekend, but no, I will October cut in advance. If you could book, like an October cut in advance, and put in the notes, like,
No, I promise.
that was never.
If you still have the costume, if you haven't done it already.
No, I promise that was never get wrong.
I will retire from the barn shop.
I will continue.
So
That's what we tell our pharmacists at the pharmacies. Like, we encourage them, like, hey, you can have fun. It's gotta be working appropriate, of course. Like, have fun with it. And I always tell them, like, some pharmacists, like, well, this way, they can't get mad at you.
Right.
Seriously, there's nothing to concession. I'm like, well, think of it this way, they can't get mad at you.
Right.
They're just up to consent.
I'm gonna edge all this stuff up, so just make sure the fade is where you want it. And I'm gonna edge all this stuff up, but just make sure the fade is where you want it. Yep, come in.
get your edge up. And then do we edge up the front or just the back? Okay. Other thing, I've worked for big corporations,
And that's the other thing. I work for big corporations, and they've got all these bylaws and policies and like all this stuff, right? And that's fine. But I'm a human, and I'm flawed. So if you're all, that's what I was getting to. We're all flawed. So if you're all hoity-toity and can't take a little, you can't take a regular or that one clock,
Or that one day.
or that one clock, and it's like, man, life is hard as hell out there. If you can't find opportunities to have snow on let your hair down, relax a little bit, and it's like, that's we were not meant to walk each other's presence, and I'm cool. I want to be around people that will walk through the door, look at me, shake their head, and go sit. You know what I mean? That's the kind of environment, ecosystem, community that I want to cultivate, I want to be a part of.
And that reminds me of what we had our daughter, we had a doula, and she was, I forget what the structure was, but she was basically based on what she got. And we're not religious, but she was, I think, like how she got paid, or I forget how it worked, but anyway, it was through a Catholic parish. And I remember she said that she bounced from one place to another, and she had a blue on one of the, comment about it. And based on one of the comment about it, I was like, more people look like this question. And that's always kind of like, more people look like something. And that's always kind of frustrating. Obviously, they have to go to balance.
I used to work for T-Mobile, and the brief while I was there,
T-Mobile, and the brief while I was there, we had just got a new CEO, and we were a retail Fortune 500 mobile store and publicly traded. So our stock value, like all that stuff was top of mind. And the CEO did this Twitter. It's kind of we could all watch a webinar on the store while it was live. So like we could all watch at the store while it was live. Some stores were lucky enough for the most part the actual event that was happening. But for the most part, the rest of the 99% of the company was just watching from their phone. They had strict dress code policy, they had strict dress code policy, no facial piercings, no excessive, right? So you have women could have, I think, up to 3 earrings per ear. Men could only have 1 earring. No lip piercings, no nose piercings, no eyebrow piercings, like none of those, like nothing extreme. Yes, you couldn't have visible tattoos. Yeah, and this was when I worked there. This was from 13 to 16. But like I said, when I first got there, maybe within like 6 months of getting there, he unrolled a bunch of had this big old meeting, and he unrolled a bunch of like business related things. But the last thing I'm going to finish with was the gist of what he was saying. And I'm going to get the quote wrong, but the gist of what he was saying was, in life to put our children. We all work hard in life to put our children so that they best situation that we can. And he said, so that they would need us, we can be there. My daughter wanted, and he said, and I'm ashamed to say that if my daughter wanted to work for this company, I couldn't hire her. She's got a, and he was like, and he showed a picture of her. She's like fully tatted. She's got a, whatever, yeah, she got piercings, eyebrow. I'm going to get the quote. And he goes, and again, I'm going to get the quote, but he was just saying, like, and if you mean to tell me that this isn't a beautiful, intelligent, capable, adult, and I couldn't hire her, he's like, I can show you from all the money I spent on her education, she's like, oh, but she couldn't work here. And then he started showing slides of doctors that have full sleeves, like judges and lawyers, and all of these people with quote unquote prestigious social status. And he's like, and these are the most intelligent, qualified, Americans we have. I told myself, and he's like, so from this moment forward, I told myself, if I can't hire my daughter for a company that I work at, I can't work. And so he's like, from this moment forward, I'm going back to restrictions. Because I had an eyebrow ring at the time I never worked. Again, it was a job thing. Am I supposed to fade this bottom part out or square it off or just leave it like on the corner? The back bottom. Or the back bottom. Like the back bottom. This or the back bottom. Like, I would suggest you just like, do you want this natural? But if you like, I would suggest you square it off natural. But if you like natural, okay, cool. I don't even. See you, buddy. Have a good week. So this kid says he has an appointment. So this kid says he has an appointment. You're appointed with her?
There's an appointment with me?
Do you know what time your appointment with her is?
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. So in hospital, last year you're on a rotation, and so you do like different settings, like community, outpatient. And so when you go to see acute care surgery, you go to see surgery. Surgery is not so that was very much like you're on rotations, professional, kind of all the things you said.
Yeah.
If you're not in scrubs, you gotta be in your shirt and tie, professional long sleeves, right? I've been going all the time. I was like all the playgrounds and stuff, and it was, I think it was like a sign or something, but man, there were 2 or 3 surgeons and a couple of like interns, and all had like sleeves, like even like neck and everything, and they didn't like really cover that. It was just like regular scribes. I'm like, if they never have your patient, I should take care of it.
Right. I don't care what you look like.
Are you qualified? Good. That's it. That's all I care about.
They are. I remember.
What's funny about this?
They are. I remember. I worked for Applebee's. I was a deputy server. And actually, it was. And there was a time where, and actually, it was around Halloween. And so that's how I got out of the situation. And it was an aggressive mall. But I had a mohawk, and it was an aggressive mall. It's a top of mall. Yeah. I mean, it was a big deal. Do you have this on your phone, by chance?
The cards?
So either way, in an older, so either way, in an older, but an older, but an older white complained to the manager. I was their server, and they complained to the manager. They told them straight up because I had a mohawk.
They told them straight up.
Yes, they were offended,
And so
by my hair, right?
my manager.
And so
Now that
my
year
manager.
I was going to be Mr. T.
Now that year I was going to be Mr. So it kind of sort of worked out. But my manager was like, oh, he's just prepared for Halloween, blah, 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 this is what we stand for. And it really bothered me. And it really bothered me that we don't stand behind
the company line
just
had to be
one-off.
we don't stand behind this. This is just
That is exactly why we
because of
encourage
because of how. But that is exactly why we encourage people to be like you don't have to wear uniform here. You don't have to use our
like
credits.
that is
You
your
don't have to
business. We are business partners.
like that is your business. We are business partners, and everybody is just one piece of the whole. And
At least they
major
used to be.
corporations
Now it
are
seems
just
like they're
bad at
becoming more and
that.
more
At least they used to be. Now it seems like they're becoming more and more open to it because the talent pool looks like you want it. You know what I mean?
I think for sure.
Hey man, always.
See you in a few weeks.
See, nice to meet your family.
Yeah.
So
I just took
I just took his payment and I just saw it. Have a seat. I gotta go.
Have a good one.
Alright, man. Alright, man. Man, look, fight. Yeah. How your mom doing? How your mom doing? I feel like one of the last ones I cut your hair, we did like 1.5 or 2. Okay, 1. Okay, let's take this one. We'll start with a 2. That ain't it. Job and everything cool? Glad to hear it, glad to hear it, glad to hear it. You got a lot going on this weekend? You got a lot going on this weekend? Or just...
Got some money, bro. Like I said, we got a little bit of my sister, my wife.
We still, I don't know if you know, but we're trying to relocate. So we're still waiting for negotiations to pick up a little bit. I can't believe we ain't gonna know somebody in a month. Man, let's get close to the end. But
That's really kind of been the only thing really locked in on this. Trying to make sure we got a cushy landing spot. Well, this is Cypress, but we try to stay in this parking lot. They're doing that construction right next to the shop, so we're trying to be right there. Like we are close, I think, but we gotta get the we're asking for something, so we gotta get the new landlord what you think? The lower? That's 2. 1.5? No. You say ice and drinking hot. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah.
Is she staying with her, or is your mom? Okay.
Mom moving with her.
Okay.
My oldest girl, you know, my baby girl, you know, we still trying to, work out her little situation.
With the lawsuit or whatever? Yeah.
They indicted both teachers and arrested one of them.
Tickled your heart.
Jay,
when's your
first one?
How much
How
time
much
you
time
gonna
you
give
gonna
him?
give?
We got two
walk-ins
walk-ins
waiting. I don't know. Was it kid or I don't know who was your first.
I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
the little kid. All right. No, the kid. Like a low ball fade. Oh, I lied.
Mid-ball fade, but with the top, one guard all the way up.
Well. What? That's what I meant when I said low ball fade. Yeah. Really supposed to come out with very choice.
Yeah, this should be.
Wait, what?
You said you gonna do the beard?
I said, am I doing the beard?
Yeah, this shit.
Oh, bet I got you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was saying only with the haircut. Am I doing the beard too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
You're working with a specific agent, we'll get you the right agent. And it almost becomes like family.
Call DNM today. Donations Bureau for Veterans offers an excellent alternative way for the American people to support our nation's veterans and their families. Thank you to Vehicles for Veterans for always doing a little more for our nation's heroes.
Excuse me.
Am I keeping it back?
Do you think the interaction she had with the teacher affected her, or do you think right now she hasn't even really kind of noticed it?
You know, it's hard to tell, bro. Man, bro, it doesn't really seem like it, but
Of course they are. Yeah, nah, people gonna do whatever they can to hold on to their resources, even if they know they ain't wrong. Like it ain't no question they ain't wrong.
well, I mean, they got I don't know. I mean, pretty much it's just wrong now, but what they did was they let my wife know. But they, somebody justified because some kind of certification that she's supposed to get in 2 years. So she took a test on Two?
Uh-huh.
They was like, she passed, they was back.
Yeah. Sounds like that's retaliation though.
Nah, so the lawyer said they could do that. She said pretty much what they're trying to do is this kind of leaning out resources.
Yeah. Oh, to bleed you out so you can't keep fighting.
You know, because they made an offer, they don't want to move off of it.
Right. The offer ain't got enough commas in it.
Pretty much.
Being together, being with others, being competitive, and just the
It really ain't, man. I think they just kind of underestimated, not underestimated, like,
Underestimated.
yeah, we didn't know how to find that situation.
Yeah.
You know, my money really just extra.
Play money. Yeah.
Right, so play with this extra.
Yeah. You must have just woke up. Huh?
Yeah.
You got like a little world shit in your head that I can't really overcome. Like you got a bunch of them back here. I'm like, damn, bro. It ain't beat, brother. But I feel like when your hair settles, it'll look like it's supposed to look. But I don't know.
Man, to be honest with you, I feel like, bro, since I'm getting older, something weird going on in my head.
It is. Yeah, everybody does. Bro.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you called that out because a lot of people, like, our hair just starts to behave differently. So we're in the off season. We have been practicing these last few weeks just to get ready because it starts up next month. Beginning of September is when the league picks back up. It goes September through June, through May, and it ends like first or second week of June. So we basically the summer's off unless we decide to do a summer league. But I'm in a golf. Yeah, terrible at it, but I'm trying.
Hey, gotta have some hobbies.
Yeah. You mess with golf at all?
No, man.
You be bold?
Man, come on, man. You know, I get out there.
Okay. Well, what you have?
Man, I don't know.
What you be out there?
I be out there. Cause I like basically like bro, we do day night. That's what we used to do the thing. Man. So like I feel like me and my partner, bro. I say we decent, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got a little. We got some skills on.
Okay. Yeah, I go during the summer. They do it year round, but in the summertime, I'll go to Times Square in Katy. It's $13 all you can bowl after 9:30. So you can bowl 50 games if you can fit them in out there. Bowling lanes are decent. I think Copperfield, from what I heard from other people that bowl a lot, apparently Copperfield is one of the best bowling alleys, at least in the Houston area. So everything, outside of that are kind of a little bit of a step down. But I would say Times Square is pretty solid. So if you want to get you some cheap bowling, then go to Times Square 9. It's Sunday through Thursday. So like Friday, Saturday, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna hit you over the head. During those times, it's pretty.
What the drinks was like.
Man, I don't drink, so man, I'm a square brother. I'm lame now. I am the lamest of them. I don't drink, never smoked a thing in my life. I'm SpongeBob SquarePants, dog. I'm a lame. But yeah, nah. So I'm sure, I'm sure that drinks are reasonable too. I mean, but I don't know. I couldn't be the one to lie to. Matter of fact, everybody I go bowling with don't drink. Yeah, we all kind of square. Yeah, I don't drink. Never. I've tried drinking. I just don't like it. It don't sit well with my body. I always feel like I got poison in it when I drink. I just can't do it. And I've never smoked a thing. When is usually our date night?
It's random, bro. Like I said, her sister's husband, he's bald. My best friend Shawn, man. We've been doing this since high school.
Yeah.
We
That's
double
your
dated.
pastime.
Yeah, we double dated. We gonna go either David Buster. They got another one off the west side. It's got like a nice little vibe to it.
Yeah. What's it called?
I can't remember the name of it, bro. We only did a couple times. Then we'll go to the one in Bryan.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Grand Station.
Never heard it. Never heard it.
Yeah, like we go to that main event over there for 249.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? My baby girl is actually decent. Bro.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it shocked her because we went one night, we was gonna play arcade games, but she decided we gonna go ahead and ball a couple rounds too. And man,
She was throwing them down there.
bro, when you know how like when my oldest, you gotta raise some little things on the side.
Yeah.
That girl,
She already knew what it was. Yeah, he was surprising, man.
Is she gonna come in again? Also, you only book management and you have the haircut, but the top, I didn't do that. But I did two birds. I can take card, cash on card. You want that as an event?
Yeah. Playing the adult football league?
I'm sorry? What's that?
That's high school. No, that's high school.
Yeah, I sponsored the team up like the first year we were there. So I get this. Welcome back. Yeah, obviously she'll get you. Okay, see how we do. Winner. Good morning, good morning. Got an appointment or just walking in?
I have an appointment with that.
What time? About 10? That's cool. Hang out. You should be in. Cash or card? 35. Do it. You want cash? You want cash?
I'll let your mom know it's an extra $5 for the
35. Walk-ins are 45. Like when you walk in, I should try to walk in because you're so kind of funny.
Hey, I can't
But no, 30 appointments you save $10.
All right.
All right. Have a good week, though.
Stu, you can have a seat. I gotta blow my nose.
Besides, I got some questions for you.
Questions? All right.
Yeah.
Nobody's in trouble.
Oh, no one is in trouble besides my brother.
Okay. What your brother did, and what your brother did. Here,
So-
I'm gonna bring this over here. This is really cute. This for your son.
Well, I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But
Everybody's so nice in this neighborhood. Okay, so what's up?
my full shaver. Does that thing have any warranty on it?
Yes.
It does.
So what's the issue?
So whenever you turn it on now, it don't sound like it used to. It makes like a really, really loud noise.
Okay.
And
So it's got a 2-year warranty. Please tell me you have the receipt. You don't. Okay, no worries.
I would have to look it up because I just paid for it here with you.
Yeah. No. So, all right. So, bring it in, or yeah, bring it in next time, and then I'll deal with the warranty stuff for you. But it might not be a warranty thing. It might.
Drop it?
Well, so I left it in
Did you rather
California.
drop it?
Not necessarily him. I left it in California and he shipped it over here to me. But the man didn't wrap it up and do nothing and just threw it in a box.
My guess is the foil probably just got damaged, which is like inexpensive.
Yeah, because so like the top piece that you take off to like clean it, that piece was off, and then one of like the little bars that go across, that piece was like off as well. That looked like the little plastic piece that broke.
So,
And then I was able to snap it back on.
this is inexpensive. This is
Yes.
probably
It
20.
was this, one of those.
Right.
popped
So
off as
these, yeah. So these come with this. Like you need to replace this ever so often. Like me as a barber, probably every like 3 to 6 months, depending on how much I use it. But when you buy the replacement, they give you these two and this.
Okay.
So my guess is it's not a warranty issue. It's probably just you need to replace the blade. But bring it in. Let me see, because I might just be able to readjust it. Because as a dude that has used these for a while,
Yeah, I've been through it all.
I've seen some things. You know what I mean?
'Cause
So yeah.
It makes like a weird noise now when you turn it on. It's like really loud.
Okay. Yeah. Let me.
I needed the foil on this one.
Yeah. Bring them in. Let me look at it. Because I might be able to fix it. I might need to just. You just might need to just swap out the blade. But I'm telling you, it's probably not. It's not. It doesn't sound like it's worth going through the headache of the warranty.
Okay.
And it is a headache because I've had to do it a few times.
Any warranty's a headache. to
Yeah.
me.
Well, I
Besides
disagree.
Callaway.
I was just about to say, bruh, have you? You're just talking about my experience.
Yes, that's what I was like. Besides
Top
Callaway
tier.
with you.
Top tier. Best ever experience I've ever had. Best experience I ever
I
had.
was like, any other warranty I've
Yeah,
ever had
no, you're right, man. You show right. But I was just about to say the only warranty issue I've ever had that was a breeze. Callaway upgraded your boy 3 times.
Yeah, with no hassle or issues.
0.
either.
Yeah, they put your boy together.
I'll bring it next time. I was just running like a little late this morning, and well, I didn't really have space to put it in my bag, and didn't want to shove it in there.
And risk damaging it further.
Yeah, and then I'm over here having to break some laws to make here on time. And
Oh Lord, don't do that.
he said, "Don't do that."
Just call me. Shoot me a text. Say, hey man, run a little late. All right, you know.
I was like, it wasn't bad. It
No, I
was
think
only
you
like
guys were.
10.
No, I think you guys were a few minutes early.
I was.
Yeah, you're a few minutes early. Oh, you're saying you're only going 10 over.
Yeah.
Cause I was out here just flew in, so like,
But I mean, morning, I looked at my phone, I was like, oh, I got some time.
Yeah.
Showered. Next thing you know, I put in the maps, and I'm like, 9:56. I said, oh, shit. And I had to get gas.
Do they make like electric bikes yet? Like I know they make like the bicycles, but do they have? Are there any electric motorcycles out yet?
So like street bikes, I'm personally not too familiar with, but I know electric dirt bikes they have now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like I thought I knew they had those, but I was like an electric Harley or a Yamaha or like whatever brand,
Yeah, I was like, I know
Suzuki.
Harley, no for sure. Yamaha, no. Suzuki, no. Triumph, no. But is there a new brand that came out?
Yeah.
Not 100%.
I wonder if like in Japan or overseas if they. I can't believe like ain't nobody thought of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the
One's out
innovation.
there. Honestly, I'm surprised that nobody knows about one at least yet.
Right.
But I was like, you'd have to find the right keen market for that one. The majority of motorcycle riders do it for the sound of the engine.
I was just about to say they probably yeah. I'm sure the feel of the bike is night and day different without the vibration, the loud noise.
Yeah, because I've even like gone from a regular gas dirt bike to the electric dirt bike.
Have you tried one?
Yeah,
You have?
one of our buddies has one, and it's fun to ride. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd get one.
Yeah.
But if I had the choice of just one, that wouldn't be the one I pick.
Okay. I gotta believe though that the gearheads and the engine junkies or whatever they're called, I gotta believe they've manufactured an app or an addendum or some kind of piece that replicates the noise.
Well, yeah, remember Dodge had came out with, whenever they came out with their electric Challengers,
Yeah.
they had like, it was literally a stereo system that made
That made the
engine
noise.
noises.
That's great.
And everybody just kind of capped on it and was like, bro, this is the worst thing ever.
Yeah, worst idea.
Because, I mean, there's probably technology nowadays, you should be able to simulate a pretty equivalent sound, if not an almost identical sound. So, I don't know. I feel like it'd be fun. I would hate to charge my motorcycle though.
But I bet it would take way less time to charge than a car would. I mean,
It would hope so, because the battery is going to be way smaller than a car's would. But I put 1.2 gallons of gas in my bike today for $4 and shipped it over here. So, I don't know. I'd be curious to do some research on that though.
because I feel like, based on what I've heard about like the Challenger electric versus the Challenger regular, from what I thought I heard, the electric Challenger was faster than the regular.
It is, because it's instantaneous power that the
Right.
electric cars have. It's crazy.
Right. So then it's like a lot of people get the bike for the noise, but I think an equal amount of people get it for the speed. And so you could, get from 0 to 60 in say 1 second versus 3. Like I feel like that alone might make enough people be like, yeah, no, give me an electric bike.
They're like, hey, let me try one out of
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that one. 'Cause, like you said, there's a lot of people that I'm buying this bike so I can go fast. Like,
But I also think though that might be a safety issue. If the bike is so fast and so quiet, I think a part of like a safety feature of the bike is the noise. For the people that can't see the bike, I suppose if you can't see it, at least you can hear it, and then that might make you a little bit more aware, even if you don't know where that bike is.
yeah, that is true. Because there's a lot of times if I'm riding up on somebody, they'll hear me before they see me for sure. And that's why like a lot of people like having a loud exhaust on the bikes is for that exact reason. Because especially like at night and things like that, like you may not see me, but you'll know there's someone.
Right, right. Yeah. That's not the time you want to be a whisperer.
Yeah. That little.
Outside of that, work, girlfriend, like life, everything good for you?
Yeah, everything's been good. Girlfriend wasn't too happy because I told her after Halloween I've been contemplating.
Are you gonna cut it off?
I was thinking of just shaving it off.
Word?
And then just going back to my do-rag days.
Yeah.
And she's like, TJ, you are not wearing a do-rag. I was like, why not? You know, come on, let's go to your Nani's house with my do-rag on. She goes, TJ, I'll slap the shit out of you. Shut up.
She went straight to violence. Damn.
She's Latina, they don't mess around.
Right, they don't play at all.
But she's like, you can go over there and take the do-rag off before you go inside, but you're not going inside my Nani's house with the do-rag on. I was like, oh my. And so, but that's the only thing. I feel like I switched my hair up so much, I don't know what I've been doing half the time.
Nah, man, switch it up while you got it, brother. Because one day you're gonna look at a picture and be like, damn.
I wish I still had that.
Man, I used to be flowing back in the day, man. I had the locks. I had the flowing locks.
Yeah.
And I look at, you know, because I post videos all the time. And now TikTok will show me videos I posted on that day from, you know, years past. Matter of fact, I posted one of your videos a couple days ago.
Yeah, I got the memories from my
Yeah,
Snapchat
yeah,
videos
yeah.
of it too.
And but yeah, so a lot of those videos, you know, I had locks, so it's like shit, man. I hate seeing them sometime. It hurt my heart.
Yeah, that's what everybody always asks me. Like, TJ, why do you just cut your hair and change it so much? I'm like, cut it out. I got it. It grows back
Right.
quick for me, so might as well play with it now.
Right. See, and plus trying to find yourself. See what you like.
Yeah. I like shaving it though, because it makes me realize, okay, whenever I get old and I can't grow long hair, this is what I'm gonna look like.
Yeah.
Other than that, just nothing really. Working like crazy because we got 3 people out right now.
Sick or on vacation?
One guy had his first baby.
Okay.
The other guy finally got his kidney transplant.
Oh, okay.
And the last guy should be back from the doctor soon because he's really late.
Good morning.
Yeah. Northside Lexus we're going through.
Sounds like a daytime drama.
Yeah, but it's nice because me and Tanner are making money.
Yeah, yeah.
Because everybody else is gone, so.
Are they gonna give you guys any like extra days off when everybody else is back to like make up for it, or
No.
no?
Now I'm taking Monday off.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, I need a day off. I'm doing over 20 people a day. I'm tired.
You could have them back to school, so yeah, it's been a shit show around here.
I bet everybody's been trying to get in all at the same time as well.
Yes.
And then the worst part is when school gets back in, it's going to go from super busy to, let's calm back down.
Right. Yeah, when I woke up, I only had 6 appointments. I think I've gotten 3 more since then. Yeah. So, but yeah, last Saturday I saw, I believe it was 27 people. So to go down to a third of that is kind of like, what's...
Yeah. Because I was going to try to come last weekend, but I think it was, I don't know if you had just had the days off or if you were literally completely booked.
I was 100%. I had zero, yeah.
It was like
Zero.
Saturday, Sunday.
Yep. Saturday fully booked. Sunday I had 2 5-minute slots. And so like usually when I have enough of like a cumulative like downtime or like unaccounted for time, then I'll move people around to create space for one more appointment. But Sunday I only had a total of 10 unaccounted for minutes, and my smallest appointment time is a 15-minute edge up. So like it just it didn't make any sense to move people around for that.
Yeah.
And then Monday I was jam packed. I actually came in Tuesday and just took walk-ins and jam-packed. Like I want to say I had like, maybe there was a 10-minute point on Tuesday that I didn't have anything going on, but that was the only break I got. Tuesday, Monday I didn't get any breaks. Sunday I didn't get any breaks. I was still Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday I was taking walk-ins and doing all the yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that's how I looked. It was Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Like on books, the days were literally completely grayed out. Like I couldn't even book them. I was like, oh, I wonder if we finally took a vacation for
Ain't
himself.
no goddamn, no freaking way. My clients would have been outside with a pitchfork and torches and they'd have burned the shop down.
He said, I would have came back to this.
Yeah, right. I would have came back to rubble and ashes. There wouldn't have been nothing left.
Oh God. Well, that makes a lot more sense now for me.
Yeah. No, and if I ever take a vacation, I would send out an email letting people know, like, hey, nothing's wrong. I'm just finally putting my feet up for a minute.
Yeah. Which, even if you send an email, there's a 50-50 chance I would see it or not.
No,
see
you're
it.
right. You're right. I know. But I would make a social media. Like I would make it.
Make multiple.
I would make multiple attempts because I know a lot of people. Like me, bro. I turn off my Oh Lord. I also turn off my notifications and So I don't blame people that don't get my emails or that may not realize that because like my text is my phone number is from Minneapolis, so like a lot of people think it's a spam number or whatever.
Yeah.
So with all the ways I try to inform people, I know not everybody's gonna get the message. So
Yeah, I was like, oh, I see all other social media all the time, but emails are one thing. Unless it's a work email, I'm careful about it.
it's one right here too. You missed, my friend. Right here underneath the table. Thank you, buddy.
I get in trouble all the time.
For missing emails.
Yeah. Like, I sent you the email or whatever, and I'm like, yeah. I go down 2-3 days ago. Yep.
Damn, you sure?
And sure enough, the email sitting right there waiting.
Buddy, it's under the table. That's right. There you go. You found it.
A little blue bubble next to it still, not even open.
Speaking of vacation, you guys got anything planned coming up or?
Besides the taking Monday off, that's really it.
And that's just to put your feet up, or do you got like stuff to do?
No, that's just so I can chill out for a day, because work and customs have been stressing me out. Like everybody else getting days off, I want to.
Oh, right.
You can do my stuff now. But other than that, I'm probably not going to do too much until my parents are actually coming here for Thanksgiving.
Oh, cool. Okay. How many times have they been here since you went here?
My dad has been here twice. The last 5 years I've been here. 6 years now. My mom has been here 3 times.
Are they separated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a weird relationship thing, I have to say the least.
Yeah. Can't quite quit each other 100%.
No, it's dad and dad's new wife are coming, plus mom and grandma. Do you think you have time to trim up this?
Yeah, for sure. Get it all gone, right? Yeah. I can imagine you're full shape or being out of commission.
Yeah, I've just been using the razor and then just getting it low, but like, I don't want to go to the store and go buy more razors again.
Yeah.
Did you mention that you were thinking about buying a house in the near future, or is that I'm not making that up?
No, I am. My lease for my apartment is up at the end of this year.
Okay.
And then
Like November, December, or?
January.
Okay. So like January 1st or 3rd. See you, buddy. Have a good week.
I can't remember. It's think like in the middle of January,
Okay.
but I'm not 100% sure. I know it's in January for sure though. But I was thinking either Fine or me and then Slater, the buddy that came in with us that day. Yeah. And then my girlfriend, we were all gonna rent a house together just to save money for a year.
Yeah.
And then after that, it'll be easier for all of us to get what we need to get afterwards. But for sure, we're getting out of this apartment. I need Spanish.
Cubester, good morning, good morning.
Did Tanner tell you about how maybe Slater shaved a piece of his head?
Yeah, man, he came in.
Once you got the full shave, it just reminded me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man.
You gotta pay Jay back there. Yeah, it was a sight to see.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, that wasn't nearly as bad as some of the things I've seen kids do. He actually made it. He got off pretty easy. He got off pretty easy. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, I've seen some situations like, man, that's really unfortunate.
Yes, Lisa was not happy one bit. She was like, are you kidding me? You let our son shave his damn head?
See you, buddy. Have a good week, guys.
Yeah, that was too bad.
I was like, at least there was only one spot so you could like hit a comb over or something.
Yeah, thankfully his hair was long enough to where it wasn't even like that noticeable. Although, you know.
It's no.
Yeah. But like some of the kids I've seen, like you can't hide it. You either gotta cut it all off or just accept the fact that you're gonna have a patch. You're gonna have a big old patch.
So you're gonna have bad hair week a month.
Yeah. Yeah. You said you're gonna cut your hair after Halloween, most likely.
Yeah.
What? So then, is your hair playing a role in your costume?
Yeah,
Oh, that is right.
I've been doing this for one reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, and after that, I'm like, switch it up again. See what we can do.
Do I need to knock down the eyebrows or?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's gonna actually do it tonight. She was looking at me yesterday. She's like, "You look dusty." I'm like, "Oh, just tell me how you really feel." Okay?
Yeah, man. Could you imagine telling your woman that? God,
Yeah. Oh, that would never fly with
Yeah.
us.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I gotta make funeral arrangements for you. Shit like that.
Yeah, she told me that. She's like, lay him down. I'm gonna do him right now. I was like, no, I'm putting my game right now. You can do him later. I'm getting my hair good tomorrow. You can do it at the same time, okay? She's like, all right, because I don't know how I let you go that long. I was like, God, leave,
Yeah.
right? Like,
If anything, I think I have a strong connection with my cousins in life, and I did a perfect fit of my contact. So it's a very cool. I'm happy that I chose that. This is the new Dell AI. With intelligence, it helps save you time because it does all of your busy work for you. So you can get busy doing what you want.
Good morning. You have an appointment or just walking in?
Yes, I have an appointment.
With me? Okay, cool. Be right with you, buddy.
Want to hear something delicious? Yep, spicy chicken strips are back, starting at $5.50. They cover when you're hard out. Want to taste something delicious? You know where to go. And so much more.
A beautiful home is something we create, and we can start right now in Florida Decor. I don't understand. Your portraits, taco, you're serving bowls? Do I remember it?
Buses, sure, they bring you stuff, but they might not have the best bike routes. Kimbo, still need her bike on the road, knows them all. Discover Life House. Next level dog people give their dogs next level protection with Next Star Plus. One and done monthly parasite protection against fleas, ticks, heartworm disease, roundworms, and hookworms. Caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Get next level protection with Next Star Plus. When your business is growing out of control.
If you choose to be challenged, the sky isn't the limit. It's just the beginning. Find your next level.
at armyciviliancareers.com.
Triple check, make sure everything's perfect.
It's good as usual. If you didn't have me checked, I would just trust you. I
Well,
appreciate the concern.
yes, sir. Every now and then, man, I'm not on my A game. So I want people to have the ability to say, you know what, man, I like it and all, but there's just one thing I don't think is me. Hold me accountable. Let me just,
Yeah. This is actually a different brand. So, a little less culinary.
A little more for the hairstyle.
Cash a call.
If it was cold, then I'm gonna throw a little water on there.
Okay.
I'll put juice in the water.
Water. Okay. Okay. All right. $55.50.
Hey, it's working good today, this one.
Yeah.
Throw it down on the ground anyway.
Right.
Appreciate you.
Aditya?
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Just Addy, yeah.
Addy?
Yeah.
Okay. How you been, buddy?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing well. Have I worked with you before?
Like a year ago?
Okay. I thought like I vaguely remembered you. Yeah.
My parents live here, so I was here last time.
Just passing through, or are you?
Well, we moved to, we all moved here last year.
Okay.
Then I moved to River Ocean.
Yeah. Okay.
And now I moved to Philly.
Oh, okay.
So you're my first and last haircut again.
Ah, bookend haircuts. I like it. All right. What am I doing?
I normally do short on the sides and then a trim on the top, so like 2 and.
You know what? I think I remember you. Did you have me do an edge out?
Yeah.
Man,
But I didn't do that again.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God, bruh. Well, I remember telling you, man, I don't think you should do this.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah.
Okay, so real short. You want it bald or just real light?
No, just like. Yeah.
Coming right up. And then you said, what did you say on the
So I
top?
do a trim on the top.
Okay,
normally,
you got
and then a 2 and a 3 on the side, like a fade.
Okay. So okay, because I was gonna do like a half, but a 2. Okay, so we'll start with the
Or
2.
we can try a 1 too.
Well, okay, you got it. Let me clean my clippers off, and then we'll get to it. So what's it, Billy? Work or?
My wife's like postgraduate studies.
Okay. Medical?
No, not medical. Counseling,
Oh, okay.
like psychology.
Cool. Is that gonna be the final destination, or just a stop on your world tour?
Well, yeah, probably like for a year.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see where
what
life takes you after
takes
that.
us.
Yeah.
We're all over the place.
Yeah.
Because we moved here from Seattle, so I'm pretty much just like going to every corner of the U.S.
Right.
So we'll be coming back here very often for that crisis. So
Yeah. So of all the places you kind of touched down and stayed an extended period of time, where's your favorite place so far?
I think I still like Seattle.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a cold weather guy.
Yeah, I am too.
I love my cold weather.
Yeah.
I like outdoors too, so kind of get that.
Yeah. I remember a couple years ago when it was, quote unquote cold down here.
Yeah.
I hadn't turned my heat on at all,
Right.
and my partner was like, "Do you think you can turn it up to like 55 in the house?" I was like, "Damn, I guess that is kind of cool and unusual."
Yeah. I love the cold weather. You're not from here, right?
You said what?
You're not from Houston, are you?
No, I'm from Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been here for it'll be 8 years for me in December.
Right.
Yeah. My only saving grace is that like I work indoors, so it's like
so you're good.
so as hot as it is, and it sucks, but it doesn't really affect me.
Yeah.
Because I don't play football anymore. I would like to continue to play softball, but my life, my work schedule, it just don't work out like that. So I don't do many things outside anymore anyway. So it could be 500 degrees outside and literally make a difference. It wouldn't matter what it is. Not at all.
Would you take more humid weather or dry weather? Like Austin's really dry.
Austin is dry? Okay. So, I personally can't decipher. See, but I personally can't decipher. When people say, like, because I've been to Vegas, right?
Yeah.
And it was hot as hell. And although it definitely was a different kind of hot,
Yeah.
it didn't change the fact that I was miserable. And so, when it's,
Just in
not
a different way.
and it's like it's all the same to me. It's almost like the saying 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. It's like, what's the difference? It's hot. I would have to experience that stuff in the same day to be able to tell you which one is worse. Based on, because like people say, well, in the shade, it's not so bullshit. It's hot.
Always, yeah.
Yeah, it's always hot.
Yeah.
And, when I was in Vegas, my uncle, so I guess I would say, so that was an extreme, because the last time I was in Vegas was during a heat wave. When I got off the plane, it was 132 degrees, okay? It was hot.
I would not be standing outside.
Nah. And so we went to the hotel, there was like a pool party on top of the hotel, and bro, you couldn't get in the water. It was hot. Water was bubbling, it was bad. And my uncle came and picked me up. He was like a night owl, like night owl. He picked me up at 1:30 in the morning. It was still 110 degrees. So I mean, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Whereas like a couple nights ago, we walked our dogs, and it was probably 9:30, 10 o'clock, and it was breezy, and it felt like it was almost perfect, I would say. It was almost perfect. So I guess based on just those two examples of what a night in, hot Houston feels like versus a night in hot, dry desert, Vegas, I guess I would prefer this over that. But like at the peak of its powers, when it's hot and it's 3 p.m., shoot me regardless. Kill me. Just let me go. Yeah, let me go.
That's a big temperature change to Minneapolis too.
So that particular year that I went to Vegas, it was a nationwide heat wave. It was 2013. I want to say, I can't remember if it was a few weeks before or a few weeks after, Minneapolis was actually the hottest place on the planet for like 10, 12 hours. So while it was a different kind of heat, but like with like dew point, humidity, barometric pressure, like all the things that factor into weather, collectively, we were the worst place to be, basically for like a week. So it is a different kind of heat. That heat that we experienced up there was closer to this. right? Because like we have all the lakes and all the,
Yeah.
you know, all
Lot
the
of
water,
humidity,
yeah, all the humidity and water up there. So yeah, that kind of heat was more similar to Houston. The difference with Houston is like it never stops.
Yeah.
Right? Like in Minneapolis, like we'll have a really bad summer. Well, we'll have a really bad month where our average temperature for a month is like 94 degrees, 97 degrees, right? We'll get triple digits once every like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And then like,
Then it will taper out.
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. And then like, it seems like also on a similar cycle, we'll have like a really harsh winter, like once every 3 or 4 years, where we get like, you know, Arctic snowfall, and you know, like we'll have a month straight in February where like every day is below 0, and so you get the worst of both worlds up there. Whereas like here, it's like it's hot. Yeah, it's hot for 15 straight months. They have winter for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Act like the world's ended.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, 10 minutes later, it's still 400 degrees outside. So, what about and then in Minnesota, like, we get tornadoes, we get blizzards, we get heat waves, we get I think they're called polar vortexes, which, you know, so we get all of that stuff. Down here, they get hurricanes and tornadoes.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, they get droughts and, you know,
Yeah.
But yeah, you just gotta pick your poison, man. No matter where you go, it's a tough
Something's
look.
gonna inconvenience.
Yeah. Tough look no matter where you go.
Well, it's like Pacific Northwest, you don't get a lot of sunshine.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing.
And now it's a fact. Is it still a fact that Seattle gets rain at some point every day?
No, I wouldn't say every day.
Okay.
But, between September to February, definitely a lot.
Okay. I thought I learned in like middle school or whatever that every day in Seattle it rains at some point. Maybe for 10 minutes, maybe for 3 hours, but at some point every day. At least I thought I learned that.
No. I mean, I haven't experienced that. But you can definitely go like a few weeks of no sunshine.
Yeah. But I also think because of global warming and like all the,
It's all changing.
I think because I'm
Like now the summer doesn't end till October in Seattle.
Yeah, it used to be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I grew up in Minneapolis, every year, without a doubt, we at least got snowfall by sometime in October.
Now you never really know.
Yeah, now there are years where we didn't get snowfall until February.
Yeah.
And now it's crazy because like it'll still be like 12 degrees outside.
Yeah.
We just won't have any snowfall.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, like I said, every few years we'll get like 30 inches of snow, like in a random day in November. And then that'll set the tone for really, really historically bad, snowfall.
Yeah.
All right, so I did a one. I gotta probably clean up a little bit better. I haven't touched the top yet, so
Okay.
bear with me on that. But hold the mirror up so I can see the back and sides. So this, I did a 1 at the bottom and then like a 2, 3 up to the top. You good with that?
Yeah, I would actually just do a 2 on the side, I feel like.
Okay, so bring this part into a 2.
Yeah, like I feel like the 3 part, I'm good with going shorter.
Okay.
I'm like, better to cut less and then you can always cut more.
Exactly, that's my motto. Can't put it back, so
Yeah.
let's do less.
That technology doesn't exist yet.
Not yet. I'd be a trillionaire.
Yeah.
There's some dudes walking around the city of Houston that are in dire need of some replenishment, some follicle replenishment.
I feel like the design in this place is more like a tiger over the last year.
Wait, you say the design of the place has become more like a tiger?
Yeah.
So
More tiger friendly.
I can say that in the last year, I don't recall much change. But it doesn't mean it's not true. Because like we buy little things. People like one of my clients, one of my buddies,
thing, yeah.
donated that picture to me. One of our kids donated those shoes.
Okay.
Those are the only things I can think of in the last year that have changed.
Right.
But you know, again, we buy stuff daily, and you know,
Yeah.
so it's probably so gradual for us we don't notice it. But for you, you've been here in 365
Yeah.
days. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for you to pick up.
I see the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, and the next time you come back, if that ever is, we will be in a new location.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep. So we're trying to stay in this parking lot. I don't know if you noticed, but they're building another mall right next door here. So we're actually trying to go there because it's a little cheaper than here.
Okay. Like rent.
Yeah, rent-wise. So we'd like to stay there. Being that everybody knows we're here, we don't want to go to another part of the city.
Well, the good thing is you're not going too far away.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. I live in Marvita, so I'm just, I do not want to deal with the commute in Texas. No chance. No thanks. No, thank you.
So is it like one guy owns it and then you guys rent these spots, like each station?
So, her and I own this shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, her and I own the shop. And yes, that's how it works here. Everybody rents a chair out from us.
Gotcha.
But the strip mall, a family owns this strip mall. So it used to be an Indian family that owned the strip mall and that piece of grass that's now being worked on. Then they sold it to an Asian family that they sold this to an Asian family, and they sold that piece of grass to like a Spanish guy. And so we're trying to move to the Spanish guy strip mall because it's just cheaper than it. That's the hope, but we gotta see how things shake out. Okay, pretty much brought the two all the way up. Let's see if that is the way you going.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Cool. Have a good week. I'm gonna start with like a 1/4 inch. Do you think that sounds like enough, or should I do a little?
Yeah. You're getting better to cut less, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Less is better. I can always do that.
I was like, shit, I mean, I might have to. I'm over here to like, I see it. My shit is like a t-shirt.
Have a good week, my friend. See you, bud.
man. Saves our back.
Especially with the amount of cleanup you guys are doing.
Yeah, pretty much the thing over here.
Yeah, technology has definitely created
Some convenience.
Some useful things.
Yeah. Okay, so this is just a light trim, basically just clean up. So,
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's go
a
another.
little bit more?
Yeah, another half.
Half inch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it.
I had a thought. I was like, if you ever sell this place and someone else takes over, that's not a barbershop. At some point, they'll just keep running into random pieces of hair.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, hair gets everywhere.
Everywhere. So it's funny you say that because an Indian grocery store is coming behind us. So the 2 units next to us,
Yeah.
like directly behind how you're positioned right now. So there's 2 units there, and they're gonna take our unit as well. So they'll have 3 of these units. Yeah. Yeah. So they're gonna take these 3 units and put an Indian grocery store here, and I'm certain they are never gonna stop finding here. There's just not, like you can clean up all you want, but this stuff is in the HVAC system.
Oh yeah.
So like as just air circulates, more and more hair just appears. What up, best friend?
Items
Morning. Tap me up, dog. Yeah, with you. But yeah, no, you're right. Hair is everywhere, and it's funny because like when I first became a barber, I would go and try to hide in the break room so that I could eat. Like when I say hide, I was hiding from hair. Like I was trying to get away from the hair, not the people.
But you still find it there.
Dude, the moment you open up your food, it doesn't matter where you are in the barbershop, hair finds your food. So when we open up this location, I had already kind of understood, like, it don't matter where I go, the hair is gonna find my food. Yeah, so I'm not even gonna like go through the process of establishing a break room and like minimizing our space of operation that we can, capitalize on. That's one of the main reasons, because no matter where you go in here, hair is gonna find your food. But yeah, no, you're right. They're gonna 10 years
Like,
later.
you seal this cape on me, and it's still gonna get on my t-shirt.
Absolutely, it's inevitable. Inevitable. Even if I do a perfect job of keeping the hair off of you, hair's gonna fall off of your head that I couldn't get. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, you're right, Brad. It's you can't escape. It's like a boot. I mean, like Freddy or Jason. You can run as fast as you want. You can outrun.
I mean, I can barely clean the hair out of my own house.
Yeah. You guys got pets?
No, it's just me and my wife.
Yeah. It's a little more, or is that close enough?
Probably another quarter after.
Everywhere or just in the front? Okay.
My hair really curls up the longer it gets.
Yeah.
And then, like, this part kind of sticks out from the side when I turn my head this way, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah, quarter inch coming up.
Yeah.
That's it. Now, should I at least edge up this part?
Yeah.
Okay. Coming right up.
Probably get a better idea once I take the shower.
Well, I got a slow day today, so if you, will you shower at your parents' house? You're gonna go back to the
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you pop back up today, it shouldn't be hard for me to put you back in the chair to make any corrections if I need to. Oh, my bad, my bad. So now, when you get to Philly, do you plan to kind of fall in line, or are you going to still root for the Seahawks, or like who are your sports affiliations?
I do not watch football.
Okay, okay,
I'm a soccer guy.
okay. Do you watch like MLS, or are you talking like World Cup type soccer?
Like European soccer.
Okay,
Yeah. And otherwise tennis.
okay, all right,
And a little bit of basketball.
okay. Who was your basketball team?
For the longest time, Golden State.
Okay.
I haven't been keeping up that much other than just Golden State games.
Yeah.
But Rockets are looking really good now.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not a Rockets fan. I'm not a Kevin Durant fan.
Yeah.
But I respect.
But they're good.
Yeah, I respect the marriage. It's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good year for the Rockets. Assuming all things are equal, nobody's injured. Yeah. Yeah, they're my team of choice.
Eagles?
Yeah, Eagles. Yeah, I've been Eagles fan since like '96.
Oh, wow.
2000. Yeah, I've been there for a while.
There's Minneapolis that team?
Yeah, got the Vikings.
Oh,
I
Vikings.
just,
Yeah.
just not a fan.
Yeah.
Never really was. I've always been a contrarian.
My brother was just watching the highlights of the Vikings game
Yeah.
against the Wizards. No.
Commanders.
Oh shit! I forgot. Never mind.
Yeah, the Wizards are a basketball team. So the Vikings,
Yeah, like that.
if they scrimmage the Wizards, that's an interesting setup. I wonder what the rules were.
He was watching women's basketball as well, so I was probably
the
mixing
Lynx.
the two of them.
Yeah, Lynx. I don't know what the women's basketball team in Washington would be called. I guess they even have a team. Not even Capitals. Cash card, Zelle,
I'll pay with card.
card.
Let me see. Lions. Sorry. I was watching the highlights against Lions.
Lions, okay. Lions and Wizards. I can see you in a mix.
Completely.
Right.
I think it was the blue that threw me off. So you can tell I don't watch football.
Right,
I don't
football.
watch football. Yeah.
No, you got credibility with that one.
There you go, man. Thanks a
See ya.
lot.
Come back if you need
Yes,
to.
sir. Take care.
B Rice. Come on up, my brother. Tell me some good news, Mr. McCardell. Did you have to fire old boy, or was he cool?
They still on
Probation? Or
investigation.
oh, so y'all ain't been able to figure that out?
They did the investigation. The guy, the lieutenant did it. He interviewed him. But I still haven't seen what the
out.
was
Yeah.
so far. But he said he had some witnesses.
Uh-huh.
He said that probably the thing that they said, he did with the cop.
Yeah.
They said probably he said it's gonna probably get thrown out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can't wait to see.
Right. But as far as like the theft though, does it sound like he's guilty or innocent based on what?
But see, he ain't never say that part yet.
Okay.
If he stole or not, but the whole thing was if he did steal,
Right.
that wouldn't have been the determining factor for him getting terminated.
Okay.
Because like I was saying, he didn't steal from.
Right. Sound like that's when you were target player.
Right, basically.
Did you say a 6 or a 5?
No, I'm gonna go back to a 5.
5.
With what you had last time, cause see, look, when he got up, when he had this, what it was, his zigzag, I said, oh, you changed it up. And I said, oh, that's what you was over there talking to Mr. Shawn about.
So a 5. Okay.
And I don't even know what you had.
I
I
certainly
the
don't.
line, and then you know what I'm saying, you had the lightning bolt looking design.
Have a good week. How was your first week back at school, my brother?
Trying to find your hand. Give it a thumbs up.
I love that every kid does that. I just don't understand why you do that, bro. It take you 10 minutes to how do I get out of here? Like, man, say good or bad, man. Why you do that?
It hurt to say it's good, it's alright.
Saying what? Same car?
Same part.
I don't think I'm about to say I don't know how to talk to little boys like that. I don't know how to talk to big boys. So you gotta use your big boy voice.
Talk how you be when you get off that bus.
Yeah.
All of a sudden. I told her, I said that's the cutoff age when they go from being like a cute little kid from 6 to 7. Once they get to that 6, 7 age, it's like, you just a little regular kid.
Yeah.
But now you sound old. Daddy, I don't know why she picked us up late. But y'all need to come on. I'm like, it's not the same person.
Right. Oh man. Now he a critic.
Man, but I ain't gonna lie. I hope they do this. I always know the first week of school be kind of hectic. But geez, his first day, the bus supposed to drop him off at 3:50. He ain't get home. He ain't get off the bus till like 5:20.
Wow. That's a drastic difference.
So the last 2 days has been in the 4 something. I'm like, oh, they got to get this better.
Yeah.
I don't know how to judge when I'm supposed to come.
Right. You don't want to sit there for 2 hours.
Yeah, like I did the first day. So now I'm gonna just pay attention when he scan on the bus.
Okay.
Why? Because normally when you scan on the bus, you should be home within 10 minutes.
One fluid ounce of ink and 19
Yeah, I bet you sitting.
That was the match that made him already bitter rival. The business will not very much different. You know how high the stakes are. The hostility between these two schools, fan feeling. In 1988, 3 words set the stage for what would become one of the greatest college football games of all time. Here in South Bend and throughout the Midwest, so many fans have been waiting for this week. I'm Patrick Creed, documentary filmmaker and Notre Dame graduate, and my best friend was in the middle of the whole thing. Joe came up with an idea to put Catholics versus convicts on the shirt. What did you think? And my immediate reaction was, no way. I'll get kicked out of school for that.
Catholics versus convicts.
That's John Haysler here at the University of Notre Dame. Here's Jerry Faust.
So I felt the best leaders in Notre Dame for myself. My stuff but that football comes to Notre Dame.
That's where it all started. Jerry Faust had not done well during his 5 years as a coach. He had not been successful, but he hadn't been fired yet. It was Jerry who went to the administration that week and stunned all of us at his weekly press conference announcing his resignation. Why the announcement before the Miami game and not at the end of the season?
I felt these young men deserve that we let them alone and just let them enjoy their last football. And I'd like to see them win it themselves. I would never fit in.
day of a football game. We went down to Miami. It was sort of like a state funeral. You're supposed to be quiet and respectful.
The hard feelings were created on that November night. The coach is already done. Miami was clearly better. But then we get to the fourth quarter.
The final 15 minutes about to begin. Miami dominating Notre Dame. Looking out on the Jerry Foster. Closing out his career, the game is all over. Notre Dame's got a couple of players down to a shoving match with some other helmet, but a lot of anger about the score on the other side.
I remember being Jimmy Johnson laughing on the sidelines for players taunting us. It was right there on national TV. This is how bad it was.
I would think this would be a good time for Jimmy Johnson to show a little compassion here and just run the ball.
This guy's on the sideline watching. He's like, man, I don't want to go out there.
Now they're down pretty good. It's like you're driving down the highway and a cute little baby deer runs in front of you and you hit it. And you stop, back up, and you run over again. I remember watching that game and going, someday Miami's going bad.
In 1985, Notre Dame football was really struggling. Under coach Harry Faust, players were avoiding practices, declining to attend bowl games, and leaving before their eligibility was up. It was a far cry from the fabled days of old, when Luke Rockne built a football program that would go on to dominate for decades to come. I grew up enamored with Notre Dame. My father graduated in 1960 and loved the Fighting Irish. And my dad, they didn't just play great football, they did it the right way. Class and dignity. And my father's love for the Irish actually came from my grandfather. He was recruited by Luke Rockne to play running back in 1924. But when my grandfather arrived on campus, Rockne learned about a shot class accident that had recently taken 2 of his fingers. Rockne told him he wouldn't be able to compete with the likes of the Four Horsemen for a position on the team, but invited him to stay and complete his education. Later that same year, with my grandfather cheering from the student section, Rockne won Notre Dame its first national championship. 6 decades later, I packed my bags and headed to South Bend. And joining me was my best friend from high school, Pat Walsh. Walsh and I arrived during Jerry Faust's last season, but by then, the legends were long gone. We had no idea that we were about to get wrapped up in one of the biggest games, the biggest controversies in the history of Notre Dame football.
The 1980s was a cauldron of things that were in tension with one another. There's 2 different 1980s. There's Ronald Reagan, saying no to drugs, it's morning again in America. And then I juxtapose that with 1980s Miami, which was Miami Vice. It's ethnic diversity, rebellious, dangerous, and you had to take sides. It couldn't be about nuance. You're about one way of living or the other.
And here you had the ultimate establishment school, Notre Dame, Glenn went for the Gipper, and then you had Miami, the ultimate anti-establishment team. You know, if anything, they were like Glenn went for the stripper they had in the locker room.
celebrate. We're going to stick it in your face.
Telling you they were gonna kick your ass, they kick your ass, and then they celebrate the kicking of your ass.
What are you nuts? This is sports. This is athletics. This is something that's special. Why are you doing it?
What surprised me and lots of other people was that the behavior of the Hurricane wasn't punished by the school. In fact, it seemed to be encouraged. Policy that stems from one man, head coach Jimmy Johnson.
We got 75,000, there's one in every seat, and they came here to see Hurricane football. Offense, defense, the kicking game, let's go like a bunch of crazy men and play some games.
Jimmy Johnson would finish up every pregame talk, play hard, play fast, or play the way you know how to play. And basically, he was telling us, dance, jump around, point fingers, if that's what you have to do to play the best, go put on a show. He never put any bars. He never told us how to act, how to behave.
I think people confuse the bad boy image with free spirit, emotional, passionate, and I think at times, especially when you're winning every week, I think that kind of played wrong to some of the opponents.
For me personally, I never liked any of those guys.
Those guys were down in Miami Beach and had access to all kinds of stuff. You know, we had a little bit different approach. Notre Dame goes above and beyond trying to do things the right way and takes that very, very serious. I mean, that's called what it is. We hate Miami.
We despise it, to be quite honest with you. We did. We despise it. We've always looked at Notre Dame as being a sport, Case County, Brett Boys.
Notre Dame had lost their fight. They were no longer the fighting Irish. They were just Notre Dame.
They were a football team that had a past, not a present, and not a future.
In the Faust era, the players voted to have shorter practices. They had to take 3 votes to go to a bowl game because twice it got voted down. College did not want to play another football game. It was bad. The game in 1985 really ignited the emotions of a lot of Notre Dame followers.
So,
I think that's
after these cuts, I gotta run home for the ceiling,
muscle ride.
To get thrown out
and I'm gonna grab my water.
is something that you never forget.
Anything from the house? Or do you want to run home? He'll be there around noon.
If you don't want people to be upset, show them the facts.
It was sort of like, wait a minute.
Did you forget your tea?
Here, Miami, brought up Notre Dame. And the way that Notre Dame used to follow it.
Well, I don't mind going home unless you want to go grab the stuff.
While a rivalry was born from this, it quickly spread to every competition between the two
Yeah, 12:40. Then I'll go because I don't have anything until 3.
Deeply affected by Jimmy Johnson's treatment of Jared Faust was Notre Dame basketball coach Dick
Just tell me what to get or text it to me so I don't forget.
Miami, a little later, Coach Phelps paid the back.
We go down to Miami that one, and the band is sitting behind us, yelling out the football score. 58-7. Next thing you know, we're up 25 at halftime. And in the second half, we're up 40. There's a timeout, and Captain grabs Phelps and said, "This is we're not done yet. Keep it going." We win by 53 points, 2 more points than football lost. We get back and get it set by the A6 area. There's a couple football players waiting for Tim Kendrick to back up for getting it done.
Taking back in basketball is one thing. It's a football school. 58-7. Never forget.
Still, at the end of 1985, any notion that Notre Dame had of getting revenge on the football field was pure fantasy. Miami was one of the best teams in the country, while the Irish were floundering. We had to bring in someone to get us back on track, and to do that, Notre Dame looked to a figure from Jimmy Johnson's past.
I love football. Always loved it. Love the content of it. Love the discipline part of the sport. Love the discipline. Growing up, if you're a football fan, you follow Notre Dame. I love watching Notre
father changed you? Deep down, you felt that it wasn't done right.
I didn't decide to hire Holmes. I didn't decide not to hire Jim Johnson. I can't pay for the job or anything else.
Lou asked me to stay and be his defensive coordinator. I told him, I said, Lou, I could be 100% into it. You know, having the disappointment of not getting the job.
And he instead went to Pittsburgh with Jackie Sherry.
He used it as a motivating force in his coaching career to let people know that maybe they made a mistake. And I think not getting the Arkansas job stopped it.
Lou Holtz went on to lead Arkansas to an 11-1 season in 1977, upsetting second-ranked Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl. Holtz was named Coach of the Year and led Arkansas to enormous success. As for Jimmy Johnson, he went on to be the head coach at Oklahoma State and then took over at Miami after Howard Schnellenberger put the Hurricanes into a national powerhouse. Eventually, Holtz ended up in Minnesota, where he insisted that his contract allowed him to leave if one particular school came calling.
John, I started here at the University of North Carolina, right?
I'll be happy to in my late profession to have the opportunity to coach the school that I followed and marched out to the Notre Dame Victory March in St. Aloysius Grade School from grades 3 through 8.
I was hired to shake down the thunder.
Truly believe that the things that Notre Dame stands for, values academically, understand also there's some limitations here. Everything that Notre Dame stands for, 100%.
As far as a rebuilder of a program goes, you've got to say that Lou Holtz was one of the best. Waiting to meet their new coach, and Holtz comes bursting through the back doors and looks over and sees Chuck Lanza, and he's got his feet up and he's casual. And Holtz says, put your feet on the floor, sit up in your chair, and look like you care what I'm saying, because I'm your head football coach. And in that moment, everybody sat up straight in that auditorium, and they looked at each other and said, this guy knows what he's doing.
I think he truly believed that Notre Dame can be successful, should be successful, and can do it in the right way.
But Lou Holtz, he was realizing if you're going to play this game, you're going to be holier than thou, but you've got to go down and get some athletes. And a lot of athletes come with a certain background.
I have a little plaque that says, "The Lord is my shepherd, but Lou Holtz is my coach."
Was it on this side or that side? This side? I don't know what I did. Was it a straight line or a zigzag?
It was like a Z looking like a thunderbolt.
Notre Dame was going to compete with Miami. Lou Holtz had to bring in fresh blood. While still in Minnesota, Lou had the chance to recruit smart, talented Irish Catholic kid named Steve Walsh, who played at Catholic High School 6.2 miles from the University of Minnesota. But Lou never called.
I wasn't on Notre Dame's radar. I wasn't on the University of Minnesota's radar when Holtz was coaching. And all they did kind of switched right away because the local school's not really recruiting them. Well, why should we go get them?
Instead, when searching for Notre Dame's new quarterback, Lou made his way to small town South Carolina and knocked on the door of a kid named Tony Rice.
The little guy comes in, he talks to me, we have all this, he's sitting in my grandmother's chair.
year. She's going to kick him out of this year, but I just wait and let him play it out.
He's going to home, and I'm going to evaluate him as well. He's going to evaluate us. I just love the one kind of love and respect Tony had for his grandmother. That was obvious to me. His mom and her name.
He sat down and was showing his routine about this is the reason why his son should be at Notre Dame. And at the end, he did a magic trick. He did a trick. She said, I was going to follow that little bit.
Left out to dry by Coach Holmes, Steve Walsh had to work harder than ever to find a home on a college team. And eventually, one person saw the promise.
What up, best friend? How you doing, buddy? You guys having an appointment or just walking in?
Just walking in.
Go ahead and sign your name. How many haircuts? One or two?
One.
Just one? Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah.
So he had two great. He hadn't taken the SAT, but nobody had any idea that he would test well.
In 1986, the NCAA introduced a policy called Proposition 48, which set strict academic guidelines for student athletes.
I'd give him my word that I thought he'd be okay. You know, I'm just a little entertainment. Part of the Jordan reprimanded me verbally, and I never did that mistake again. But he said, you gave your word, we were wanted.
Property allowed a school to take a youngster in who was not qualified academically. And then he would sit for a year and see if he could raise his grades to the level that would allow him to play. Teach him how to study. Take him to the library. Have tutors help him. I mean, that's not what higher education is all about. They don't try to educate people.
I had just taken a job as a student inspector where I laid out the opinion pages. I first heard Tony's name when the letters came flooding in.
This is okay.
You may. And you're a 6? Right. Right.
My first pep rally, they were playing against Michigan. I was a student athlete, just a student. And I walked through the crowd, and this little kid standing right there with his dad. The dad recognized me, mentioned that you don't want me like if he's a dummy. I just smiled, and I shook the little kid's hand, and I just went back to the room. I cried. I called my grandmother. I said, it's only going to cost $123 for me to come home. She's like, baby, you're not coming home. You're committed to University of Notre Dame. You're going to stay there.
Tony's one-year ban from playing football wasn't the only problem Blue encountered when trying to fill out the roster. A lot of scholarship players left when Jerry Fouts resigned, forcing Holmes to rely on walkouts.
Walk-on, right? We did not have walk-on. We did not participate in football.
That opened an unlikely door for a freshman football player at Yale, Pat Ivers.
Going to Yale, I mean, football was an important extracurricular activity, but it wasn't what you see here on the weekends. It's not a criticism, it's just this. We wanted to go someplace where football was more important.
In Notre Dame, we didn't take transfer. And so I've been modeling for that. I used to live there. I'm a student at Yale, and I went to transfer to Notre Dame. I said, listen, you get it in Notre Dame, you want to walk on? I have no problem with that.
So I sat down with my coach at Yale, and I got up and he said, Pat, you will never play at Notre Dame.
But Ivers took a leap of faith and transferred to Notre Dame in 1986. It was there that Pat Ivers met another guy named Pat with a similar dream.
We were sitting having lunch in South Dining Hall, and I remember getting introduced to Pat Walsh, who had aspirations to be a walk-on on the basketball team.
It was none other than my best friend Walsh. For him, going to Notre Dame was more than just an opportunity for a great education. It was the first step to achieving a goal that had consumed him most of his life.
There was a player that grew up, Georgie Blockstrom, named Jeff Carpenter. He was at one point the top ranked player in America, and he chose to attend Notre Dame. And so as a young kid, I'm watching one of my neighbors, and a guy that went to my gonna walk on the football team. God bless you, man. Let's do it together.
I just remember playing basketball at the Rock one time, just little guys running all over the place, guarding guys, getting in their face. I'm like, who is this guy? He introduced himself, and we became buddies. That was a good guy. You know, he allowed me to be hard. That guy was captain of the team.
By the time I was accepted in Notre Dame and I showed up on campus, Digger knew who I was. I knocked on his door and I said, I'm here. And he said, well, Pat, I told you, I only take one walkout. And I already have one as a sophomore coming out till senior year, and I don't take seniors. So you don't have a chance to make it. And I said, well, that's okay. I'm going to make the team anyway, but just tell me where I started. I was not going to be denied.
Walk on the Notre Dame was a prestigious honor. And when those guys got put in the game, the student body went crazy. I mean, crazy for the walk on. That was just land, you know, the basketball team.
Walsh and I watched that summer as our new friend Pat Eilish tried out for the football team and he made the scout squad. And soon enough, he drew Coach Holtz's attention.
His attitude was great. So now we got to find a place for him on the field.
Coach Holtz put me on scholarship prior to my first year with me.
Meanwhile, Walsh took on a job of keeping stats for the
That's available, but Minecraft isn't.
to Coach Dick Phelps. At the time, Walsh and I lived together in Dillon Hall, where a few rooms down from us, Tony Rice moved in, just starting his freshman year of exile on the football team. And while some students questioned whether he measured up academically, many more of us welcomed him with open arms. It was hard not to love Tony. He was outgoing, hardworking, and he was a born leader. And he was always happy to throw the football around in front of Dillon Hall with his dorm mates. It was there at Dillon where we got front row seats to an unfolding run that would come to define the Notre Dame Miami rival. It all started when Walsh, the basketball hopeful, found an unorthodox way to help his family pay his tuition by building a black market empire on campus revolving around an unlikely product, T-shirts.
When we were in school in the 80s, we'd go to Notre Dame bookstore, and there wasn't any desirable apparel that college kids wanted to wear, so it was a real opportunity to make shirts.
It's like there was a shirt per door, and then everybody goes door to door to sell their shirts. You know, instead of just do it, go rule it. It wasn't. No, it wasn't. Well, care what the shirt said, but you had the license from the university to sell anything from another name or they won't go or you have a license. So you're a teaching, you're a kid, nobody's thinking about licensing. They're thinking about how you're making more money. You know, you're creating government, and that's really all it came down to. A lot of people sold shirts.
I was buying plain shirts when I was taking over to Inter. Artwork was done amazingly with a razor blade or a cocktail. I became pretty good at designing and making those shirts.
And my friend knew that. There was one T-shirt that I had seen produced for another university that I thought would do well at Notre Dame.
Wow. Yeah, this was a shirt that I helped that out of. This was a shirt in the late 80s that was popular. You would say the Budweiser logo from a can and you would insert the name of your school. I mean, look at the copyright that's out here. You've got Notre Dame crap. You've got Budweiser logo. You've got the MD Interlocking logo. There's at least three. Licensing largely has really just begun. It wasn't something that we were very concerned about.
I don't know if I do, but I imagine I'm doing what you're doing with us. But Jack, I consider how sweet it is.
Hey, John, let me give you a beeper number. Then he became a middleman. I would charge $1 a shirt, but I only did that with my close friends, whether it be Pat Eilish or Joe Frederick, because I wasn't going to make a lot of money producing shirts and
Ain't nobody.
Different shirts going all the time. He knew where to put people, he knew what people wanted to buy, and he knew where they would buy. And he had his own organization set up, so he had people that were sales people, and people that were fulfillment people, getting people inventory to sell.
One dozen for $500 a piece. Don't lose it. Just let the market dictate the price. Jack, it's gonna be tough, man. You got the choice, man. You don't need to change that. I would notice all the kids around campus, and I just walk around. I made that shirt, I made that shirt, I made that shirt. Eventually, my sophomore year, I got good enough or successful enough that I got a call from student affairs. And they made it clear to me that we cannot run a business on campus without those people. I made an attempt to have some design approach and sell it in the bookstore, or they didn't accept it. And so I felt like I was either going to have to do it as a bootlegger or not at all. And for a while, I stopped.
By the next year,
Let me see the signs on this part here.
by now, he writes to prove himself in the classroom. But a year of exile,
So I can just do the paper or
that's for the rest of the anticipation. Everyone waiting for bated breath to see what they will do.
you want to show me what it's on?
It was amazing in '87. We started out when I first moved in, Terry and Drizzy was our quarterback.
87. Pittsburgh ran. I was lucky to make the traveling squad. Been the best string quarterback at Notre Dame at the time. I got my helmet, my mouthpiece. They're not going to use me. There's no way. I didn't know how to play.
So on the last play of the first half, Terry and Drizzy played 65. I got to make a decision at halftime. Do I play Tony Ray or do I play Ken Gray?
Coach Host comes to me and says, you're going to start the second half. I was like, second half of what?
And the quarterback is Tony Rice, a sophomore. I wonder if he's South Carolina.
Walking up there, getting the ball, first time I line right behind the guard. He's going to take the snap from the guard. The guard had the ball, the center had the ball. So here I am calling the play, and I hear Anthony Johnson says to me, Tony, could you please move over?
Because of this position, probably more pressure will be quarterback at Notre Dame than at any other school in the country.
Some plays may go wrong. You just got to carry it.
Looks for Bob, fires at his tip Brown at midfield. First down, Notre Dame. So finally, a score provided by the sophomore, Tony Rice.
Almost won that game. Because they saw something totally different than they saw there. Because it wasn't ready for the triple threat.
That was me on that kid from the first time we were on the field. We got he drove us right up. He acted like he'd been there all his life.
Coming back with throw. Good for Kessel. Fires it. Wide open left barrel.
One of the fastest, toughest guys on the field was yet another guy named Pat Terrell from Florida. Terrell came to Notre Dame as a quarterback, but was officially moved when he got to South Bend.
Got out first day of practice and started warming up. After warm-up, go home from the drive the wide receiver. So that was a short learning experience. You're the star athlete where you lead, and all of a sudden, I'm getting lost in the shuffle. You know, it was a tough road.
I've actually seen Coach Holmes bring 6'5", 300-pound men down to their knees.
He was definitely intense. He was a little spinner. Was he mean-spirited? Coach Holmes was consistent.
When he came to you individually, you had a tendency to change whatever you were doing and get it right.
Sometimes Coach wouldn't even look at you when you walked into his office. He got his back to me and he was like, Pat Terrell, you couldn't start for Misha Walker Junior College right now at the University of Notre Dame. That's all. And you turn around and leave.
I'll never forget a practice one time. We do a post route.
Pat goes out there, even at 15 yards after the ball. That's the best pass ever.
Hits me in the chest and I drop it.
It's like, you know what? Coach Hunt's going to chew him out. Chose right past Pat, past the linebacker, went past the lineman, came right to me and said,
That's your fault, Tony. That's not his. You should know not to throw the ball to Pat. He can't catch.
I don't care. Pat Terrell is so open. You can walk up and hand him the football.
God damn. God damn. Yeah. That's disrespect.
Yeah, you don't. I'll take him on defense. He can help us.
Y'all can't catch me
Nice,
play
soft,
defense.
quiet voice, puts his arm around me. Get it back.
And two, we throw you the damn football. I'm moving you to free safety in the spring.
As the 1987 season progressed, Notre Dame and Tony Rice kept winning. As did Miami.
That's the standard. That's what it was inspiring for Mike Harris. The Eagles of Miami.
We were scheduled to play each other in our last regular season game. And Notre Dame fans realized that even though a national championship was out of reach for us, we could still spoil Miami's perfect season.
Holtz takes his team down there, and they have one of the Rise from the Ashes t-shirts under their shoulder pads. You think Notre Dame has a legitimate shot, and you're hungry for it. But if you can't clear very early in that game, that was not going to happen.
We're in the Orange Bowl, we're warming up. So we go to our stretch, we get down on the ground, and we're kind of in the wrong position. And the next thing you know, the smoke blast and the Hurricanes come storming out through our stretch lines. They won basically before the game even started.
Uncharacteristic of Lou Holtz' team, the kind of mistakes they made today. A couple of turnovers, two disappointing losses for this Notre Dame team in a row. Nonetheless, a remarkable year.
If Notre Dame was going to get revenge, it was going to happen in 80.
So the end of 87, we basically limped into the cockpit.
We got beat by Texas A&M. They absolutely crushed us.
I think this was disappointed, upsetting as I've been and nobody but myself. There's no way to play, there's no way to have the results.
I go to locker room after the game and I have one player cry, only one. It was Chris George. And he didn't even play. I don't think he played it down the entire. That's what I decided. I was gonna put some people on that field that loved Notre Dame and killed if I was started with Chris George.
Meanwhile, Miami's season ended on a much higher note. Jimmy Johnson, Steve Walsh, and the Hurricanes won the 1987 national championship. For the Notre Dame family, it was a deeply disappointing end to a promising season. Spirits were low. And we got a little boost.
Something the team's up against it. Makes me and the boys. Asking to go in there with all that got. We just want for the killer.
Long before becoming president, Ronald Reagan, the actor, played Notre Dame football legend George Gill, one of New Rugby's star athletes. Digger Phelps arranged a private meeting in the Oval Office with President Reagan to invite him to speak at Notre Dame for the commemoration of New Rugby's 100th birthday, where they would unveil a New Rugby stamp. To everyone's surprise, Reagan accepted.
It was one of the toughest tickets in the history of the store. It was almost like a movie. Because he's the giver. Being a small town in South Carolina, it's like, wow, I gotta shake the president's hand. It won't always be easy. But every moment of joy, triumph, and also the times of despair. Times when all of those around you are ready to give up.
President Reagan has a football, and he throws it to Tim Brown, who catches it.
Many of us will say to ourselves, we evidently have the reason
For the looks, all the food. These 45, more than new and who I know, what's the tactic?
Notre Dame winning the first practice. Who holds track of the last night and set each and every one of the goals.
I want to keep it very close to it.
Not holding for
We are here to win every single football game that we ever play at the University of Notre Dame from this point forward.
Play at Notre Dame, used to see perfection.
We are winners.
The team's transformation continued all through the spring and summer. And when we arrived back in the fall, even the student body could tell something was different. Our first chance to see them in action finally came with the night game against top-gathering Michigan. Our quest for perfection was underway.
The party now with your Notre Dame, Delta against the Michigan Wolverine. Coming down, reaches on Dane and Scott to the 15 to the 20, 25. 9-yard line. The Notre Dame with Tony Wright. The key to their attack. First pass of the year by Tony Wright. Throws to the far side. It is overthrown.
And then Reggie Cole came to the rescue and ended up being the hero that week.
The first field goal attempt for Reggie Hall. Good. Second. Third field goal. And they won it by a score of 19 to 17. We were ranked eighth going into the season, actually having an unbeaten season, actually winning the national championship. And Florida State's ranked number one. So I've got to say,
How about have we not taken first?
Amidst the frenzy of football, Washington was excited preparing for his final basketball game, which would take place a week after it would be his one last chance to achieve victory, and our best reward just better than several of us even wrote letters to Digger in support of him. We did everything we could to help.
Coming into my senior year, this is my last chance. I had to keep my nose clean.
When he's getting ready to go into the season, he does something that he was told not to do.
In the summer of 1987, I needed sunglasses that Joe Cubs on the lens. I had borrowed money from a friend at the board trades and worked out in Riverfield all summer, and it was a disaster. They just didn't sell. I took a $12,000 loss. I had a debit, and I went back to selling t-shirts.
The coach was selling
and that'd be a great shirt. Yeah, it just hit. So I got back on campus, I thought to the Wall Street, I know these are shirt guys. My immediate reaction was, no way, I'll get kicked out of school for that. What Joe sort of mentioned to me is that, well, I think kind of seen because if I just made that, you get this cool selling, but then it really didn't get my shirt. Charge them $1 per shirt. I would keep chipping away at this debt. I took the money in, I had a printer down in Chicago, and the first batch we made 100 shirts.
It looks good like that. Does it bother you? I think it was.
It's strategic that it was just an ad and then next to each other. We didn't use them in Walmart. They were not anything like that. I left the closing spaces. Catholic, with the Catholic C. The front of the sold by our shirt. This shirt would have been nothing without the But the blood wasn't born in this bill. They took all the money from the first 100 and ordered another 300.
The Miami game was still 4 weeks away, and the shirts remained under the radar. That weekend, Notre Dame was playing at Michigan State. Walsh and I drove up to the game, and in the back seat, we had the next batch of shirts.
Well, Lou Holtz was hired 3 years ago. They wanted him to wake up the echo. But you know, you've got 3 different teams in the Spartan Stadium. There's never one here.
Yeah, but this is never been a team of this caliber.
As it happened, that wasn't the only game in the state of Michigan.
Let's go now to Michigan Stadium.
Right after the Michigan State victory, most of our friends were heading to the parking lot to celebrate.
I turned to you and I said, guess where we're going? We're going to try to catch me in the Miami.
If we hurried, we knew we could make it there in time for the fourth quarter. So we hopped in Walsh's car, listened to the game on the radio as we raced towards the home.
If Miami loses, none of this happens. The hype is gone.
We were furious. Miami had won their last 33 regular season games. Now they were going to blow it just in time to score our epic matchup of 2 undefeateds. We were supposed to handle their streak, not Michigan. We snuck into the stadium in the fourth quarter, pushing it up to 30. But then, all of a sudden, Miami turned it on.
Get you, bud.
I was a better coach, maybe, the more intense coaching. I didn't leave any stone unturned.
Thank you. Walsh and I grabbed 2 of the shirts, snuck down to the phone locker room, and threw them inside.
I said, give those to Jimmy Johnson, tell me
Remember looking in the papers, right to USA Today, and you see us kind of climbing up the ranks week to week. It was almost surreal. I don't think anybody got any clue that we raced up and that's good. We like the best. There's a university slide. Coach Elson made it rock. Practice was so bad. Monday, there was no way to beat the I said, no chance. Tuesday, there might be a slight sliver of hope. Wednesday, just a blank. Got a little brighter, but still not there. By Thursday, it was almost unthinkable that you would lose, and by Friday, you won the game. Saturday, you go and execute, okay, and then it's but probably one of our worst performances.
I'll never forget, they scored there at the end of the third quarter of the time, and screaming, yelling, and came on the other side, jumping up and down, or waiting for the ball. And Tony came up with, what is great game, man? Yes. We're fighting for our lives. That's what I was convinced, hey, you know, look, we've got something special here, they just like they can do.
We're in the locker room after the Pittsburgh game. Coach Holt said, look, we're not going to play. So you knew at that point in time that it was a big deal. We started selling shirts at tailgaters. We were down to 7-Eleven plus styrofoam coolers. We put the shirts in these coolers because you couldn't pedal them out there. It was illegal to pedal them. And now the buzz was coming. And it was coming. Miami's winning. Notre Dame was coming on this last course. Now we're starting to talk about it.
What did you think of the Catholics versus convicts? What was your take on it?
You know, I don't even want to talk about that.
That's harsh. Pretty harsh.
I still get angry about it. And when I think about it,
I don't think it's realistic. To me, it's ungracious.
You know, we were fighting for games and stuff. We probably had as many Catholics on the team as Notre Dame did. Quite frankly. Our graduation rate was very high while Jimmy was there, and he emphasized that. It was very important. So we're doing but I choose University of Miami. That's a drastic change. Moving from Ivy League to being called a convict.
But I don't know any school that hasn't had guys for a long way get into some kind of trouble.
You know, it wasn't fair. Honestly, it was just everyone made shirts. We had this phrase, and we ran with it.
I think when you say the word convict, the image that comes to mind is compliance. Terminology tapped into something that was there.
Catholics versus convicts
Is absolutely
Catholic. This is a symbol for purity, for what is good, for what is right, what is just. Convicts
This needs to be incarcerated. This is illegal. This is dangerous. This is violent. Black versus white. This is good versus bad. It was viewed by the public as good against.
There's no question it was wearing a white hat. That might have been the whitest hat that the Irish ever wore.
They even heard people refer to Jimmy Johnson as the Antichrist. That is the level to which this rivalry had gotten.
Shortly before the showdown, Rich Dalrymple, the sports information director, sent his
Some of the more recent letters Jimmy's received. I know that security surrounding this game is a major concern for both of our schools. And I will keep your people abreast of anything that comes across his desk that is particularly threatening or dangerous.
Where'd you get that from? The hatred really since that fateful game in 1985 has finally reached a boiling point.
Yeah, when we played Notre Dame in 1985, we played every single player. We actually blocked it. And we only had 10 players on the team. We had 11 players. My first year at University of Miami. 30-point lead and lost. We played Boston College and everybody was celebrating. And with a few seconds left, that rookie throws a Hail Mary.
Throws it down. Caught by Boston College. I don't believe it. Oh, it's a touchdown.
When we got to be good, we never ever touched the foot off the pedal. I had too many disappointments to let that happen.
Look, Notre Dame sits at the top of the college football map. And they deem your program a bunch of honey. The program is characterized that way for a generation.
He just threw gas onto the fire.
It wasn't like the kind of shirts that you would normally do. I mean, the minute I heard it, I thought that was really judgmental. It's hypocritical.
The shirts that I made in high school count as rules. The shirts that you could wear in each particular your grandma's actually like that was a nice shirt. Looking back on it, it's just all part of the process of real life. Making mistakes as a 21-year-old and learning from them.
In the week leading up to the game, Walsh stayed in the back room, merely supplying the shirts for Joe Frederick and his friends from Longmont Hall to sell.
The Stonebreaker was over at like that room. I told him right to this room, like, you know, with a shirt. I'm like, yeah, you're good. I gave those guys shirts. When they started wearing them, it just continued. It got to the point where I had door managers in every door who would give those folks 50 shirts. And they would sell them for $10 a crack. They would make $2 a shirt. So they would bring me, you know, our money, give them $100 back. And then they would get another batch of 50 shirts to go sell. And then it was like the word started getting out of Joe Frederick was going to sell the shirt. I didn't know if that was really a good thing or a bad thing. So I was kind of a little nervous. Like, captain of the basketball team, I'm on scholarship. I didn't know all the rules at the time, but I knew if you wanted to buy shirts, you had to go to the bookstore to buy a shirt. I knew that much. You know, when I was 20 years old, I knew that much. Yeah, not an alumni hall. We were supposed to go to the bookstore to buy shirts.
Watching what Joe had done with the Catholics founded shirt, I was just thinking, can I really let this moment pass? I'm a t-shirt man. Can I really let this Super Bowl type of opportunity pass without truly participating?
$1 a shirt wasn't going to pay back the debt, so while he remained the middleman for the Catholics versus Convent shirt, he also decided to produce a shirt of his own. The Notre Dame tickets that year had the new Broadway stamp on it, and Walsh was convinced that a shirt featuring that ticket would be another huge hit.
Now this, everyone from any age can wear this shirt at the kitchen table and feel good about it. That's a slam dunk.
The problem was there was no way to print a new shirt without violating copyrights.
This is as bad as it gets. Let's count the copyright infringements on here. Notre Dame on the left is 1, Miami on the right is 2, that's the United States Postal Service copyright. So the back, this is one of the best parts.
As Walsh prepared to step out of the shadows and produce his own shirt, he was confronted by a pack of
I know you've been, selling t-shirts again, you get the walk-on shop coming up. He looked at me and he said, wouldn't it be something T-shirts, yes, in some way affected your spot on the team. But all the movies that I loved and tried to emulate, Risky Business, Wall Street, were about saying what the heck, kind of throwing caution to the wind. So that Wednesday before the game, I decided I'm going to actually take this ticket shirt into production.
Nature sure is full of wonders.
October 15th, 1988. It was sunny that day.
It's October, and we had a brilliant, sunshiny, late summer day for the game.
I remember the temperature, I remember the smell, the breeze that day.
Game day was probably the greatest 3-hour rush I'd ever been a part of. Every single person wanted a shirt. Had to have his own shirt, so we were kind of competing on campus against one another.
The new Rocky shirt did not arrive until 6 a.m. The printer had been going all night long.
Walsh enlisted me and my brother to do a midnight run from South Bend to Chicago to pick up the shirts.
Early in the morning when we just got back, I opened up the van and I looked inside and my heart sank and my stomach turned and I thought, what have I done? I am in huge trouble.
Until now, Walsh had been behind the scenes. There was almost no way that the administration could catch him. But now, he was staring at a van full of shirts that he would have to sell himself. Shirts that were in blatant violation of copyright law. He'd already paid for them. There was no choice but to start selling.
We sold out in hours. It was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. As well as the ticket shirt sold, absolutely people were asking us, do you have any of those Catholic convicts?
Everyone thought you keep the Catholics versus convicts in the bookstore. The word was out, no, you had to go to Alumni Hall. I remember going outside going, the line is longer to get in Alumni Hall than it is at the bookstore. I never got one. Literally, they were sold out. I never got one. And we tripled the price, and everyone kept buying. We had calls from Tom Landry's people. He wanted 12 shirts. He offered his Herschel Walker autographed jersey for 12 shirts. Dan Quayle, who was the center of Indiana at the time, his people called him wanted shirts.
How many of those shirts do you think they sold? Somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000. If you put all your money into it, how many do you think you could have sold at that? Somewhere between 8,000 and 10,000 shirts.
Which would have meant bringing in...
That would have been 100. Yeah, 10 of the show.
The thing just took off to a level that nobody expected. The emotion of that game was unsurpassed. The atmosphere in this stadium was unsurpassed.
I was trying to stay as calm as possible, but I've never been more excited for the start of a college football game.
It was a deep-seated dislike, and hate may be a strong word, but in some cases, hatred for the Miami football program, Jimmy Johnson, and there was also a certain sense of destiny on that. Leahy won a national championship this year. Parseed won a national championship this third year. Devine won a national championship this third year. This was Lou Holtz's third year. Miami was number one. Destiny said Notre Dame was going to win a national championship, but they could only do it if they beat Miami. You pull up on the buses and everyone's wearing their t-shirts. Convicts versus Catholics. I kind of got it. Got it. You have earned that reputation. So you got to ask me.
I'm walking into the stadium, and a young man selling the Kyler picks. There have been hostilities between these two schools, bad feelings. It's not something that I opened the broadcast with. Jimmy Johnson checked into his hotel room last night. It was surrounded with Notre Dame memorabilia. You have to be careful, I think, with those things when you put them on television. And as I recall, I never asked anybody, never discussed it with anybody. Decided on my own. I've got the t-shirt, but I'm not going to talk about it. And of course, Miami reacted angrily the way Jimmy Johnson's telephone was published a short time ago. The coaches meeting in midfield shaking hands. We thought the hostilities had died, but then, as the Hurricanes were leaving the field, an ugly hero was down there in the end zone.
One of the things throughout that whole season, Coach Holtz drove home was don't flinch. We're going to be faced with adversity throughout the season. Don't flinch. And you go in that game with that kind of intensity, we're not going to flinch. Miami finishes before our pregame. And usually if a team does, they run around on the sideline. They go to the top. It's all good. Our stadium is one way in, one way out. You had to go completely around the entire group in order to get to the dressing room to get to the tunnel. We go around or we go through.
They didn't respect us, and they just ran through us and bumped us and like, get out of our way. This is our field.
Nobody was going to allow that to happen.
I have 2 months.
Well, I was in the press box, and you heard the crowd react first. Everybody in the stands said,
It wasn't a shoving match. It was a
ball
fight. We had stools with each other. Punches have been thrown, helmets being ripped off.
We tried to break it up, couldn't break it up. I looked at everyone said this thing may never end.
I was surrounded by 3 freshmen Miami football players. Nobody was getting to me. I was actually laughing. I picked out one of the smallest guys, and we were just going that back and forth.
Tony, saving for the game, we kind of need you. You're pretty important to the game plan, dog.
It was like 2 alpha dogs marking territory.
That was Notre Dame telling Miami, you're not coming in here and dancing on us. You just aren't.
I think that probably did more to affect Notre Dame than Miami.
When we were in the locker room after the big altercation, we didn't see Lou for a while, so we knew that was a little bit different.
This goes on for minutes. It seems like forever.
That was about as intense as a locker room can get. The emotions were running very high. Guys are upset. There's a lot of screaming and yelling. It was a tough situation. A few minutes pass and Lou comes out.
If anybody shows anything but great sportsmanship during this game, you'll not play the rest of the year. Not that you won't play the rest of your career.
He didn't scold us for the shoving match. He said represent our school. It wasn't what we thought.
Coach then just turns up.
After the game, they won't play the rest of the year.
They did fine. And he says, but I will tell you, you got an athlete to play and a lifetime commitment. But you do me one favor, you saved Jimmy Johnson's ass for me. Game over. Game over. Instant explosion.
That got us fired up.
No, he's fired up. We have to be fired up.
There was no doubt that he was going to win that game. We left that locker room. We were going to get the W.
Meanwhile, in the Miami locker room, Jimmy Johnson and his players took a knee, and a Catholic priest led the Hurricanes in a pregame prayer.
Coach Johnson said, we're going to come out strong. But we're going to come out strong. And this is what we had everybody fight to the very end.
And that's where I want to take another way.
Guys in the place to make the plays.
And we see the first sprinkle by Lou Holtz. 60 passing back.
get to it. Okay, good.
By the time Navy got the ball back, they knew this wasn't the same Notre Dame defense from the year before. This was a different kind of team. Faster, stronger, tougher. Steve Walsh and his offense needed to recapture the momentum.
Everybody else was in the proper position, and the guy had nowhere to go, and he got back, and Chris George was there.
Just as always, she had a double team every time. That sent a message to us that we need to neutralize this guy, or we're in for a long day.
The intensity that he had on the field was unparalleled. I mean, he would lose his mind.
You don't challenge him. He would work himself into a lather. He'd have the fingers going. Look at the eyes, and he get bigger and bigger. He was almost snorting.
All you need is one person that's intimidated. And somewhere along the line, they'll short arm something. They'll not make a play.
Where we underestimated them is in the pass rush. I knew that I was going to have to be sharp.
Miami has turned the ball over twice now. Line 10 at the 35. Bubble on the play. Who's got the football? Nobody's got to pick the ball up. I believe Miami's recovered.
The Irish fumble early in the second quarter gave Steve Walsh and the Hurricanes the ball back with great field position.
Here's Walsh taking the snap, looking firmly the pass far side. It's going to be caught. Andre Brown, they make it. Touchdown is the call.
And Rice again pulls out. Has good protection. Goes long, overthrows, incomplete. For Notre Dame to stay in this, Rice is going to have to complete some ball.
You know, Brett, you've kind of been talking about Tony Rice's touch. Well, Lou Holtz was concerned about that too. So what he did, he went out and bought Tony a dartboard and some darts because he thinks the throwing motion of darts is much like the throwing motion of football.
To be a quarterback, you have to have the physical tools, the smarts to be able to run the offense. And the players around you have to believe it. If you're not the type of guy that 10 other guys want to get behind, you're not going to have the success.
In the offensive line, just in time. He goes deep to his man down the middle against McDowell. And he's got it. He rolls out at the 35-yard line where he won't score.
You go back to he was going to show up. He was going to have a smile on his face. He was unflappable.
He was a leader.
Rice gets throw going in. Runs it off for a touchdown. Notre Dame leads again.
Meanwhile, for the Irish defense, Pat Carroll was in the midst of a terrific season at free safety, a position he found more familiar than expected. Reading plays and calling coverage, it reminded him of his high school days. It was as if he'd become the quarterback of the defense.
Once again, we were blitzing on this play. We wanted Steve Walsh out of his comfort zone. Costanza was coming for you, and I thought I could get the ball around him up over his hands, and he just hit the ball up in the air, and it deflected. I look back just to see the ball up there. At that point, I wanted to show Coach Holmes that I was still a good wide receiver.
I think you can see the speed that Patrick Carroll had there. But that wasn't the end of his performance that day by a long shot.
As I reached out for his ankle and tried to swipe his legs, his right ankle came back and clipped me up under the chin. Split my chin open. Still got it. So I go in, our team doctor stitching me up. One of the things that I always try to preach to quarterbacks is the emotionality of the game. You know, when Notre Dame went up 14 points, you know, we had to respond.
Fourth down and about 4, and a timeout going to be followed by the Hurricanes.
Although we had an opportunity to maybe kick a long field goal there, you know, Jimmy Johnson made the decision that we're going to go for it and get us back in this game.
First down. Conley going for the corner. Touchdown, Miami.
A terrific call by Jimmy Johnson.
We kept responding.
Now 31 seconds of puts to work. And he pulls it out. Has protection. There it is. Cleveland carry for the touchdown.
We're down to Michigan and came back back. So we had been battle tested.
Capture moments in color with paint made to last. Only at Sherwin-Williams.
Baseball, there is no better place to be this time of year.
As the second half started, Walsh's mind was elsewhere.
I took all the t-shirt cash and put it in a briefcase. It must have been the time I was on campus. I lived in a rough neighborhood. I brought the money back there. I was nervous because I went to the game. I remember had a safe in his room. But keep it inside. And not gonna store it. But I carried it. And I said, oh yeah, Father, everything's good. Well, this briefcase is put in your safe for me. It's cash from selling t-shirts today. And he said, how much is it? I said, $60,000. I think he would have had a heart attack if I had told him to go out.
Meanwhile, 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. The game is still tied. Their defensive shutdown on both sides.
Yeah, that was the turning point. Part of our game plan almost every week was that we were going to have some good plays. So that was just another play for us.
You see something, the way they're lining up, where we think we can capitalize on it.
They study each other. You know, Maggie's coaches should have seen, well, this will be a tip-off.
Expect the unexpected. Take absolutely nothing for granted. If somebody's going to run a big play, it's usually going to be around midfield. They're going to do it on their own as well.
They go to the short man on the fake. The fake one.
Now the game tied 21-21. Now with the defense that we had, I don't know who made the big call, but they should have got on the plane for us. That wasn't right.
Now, we got the momentum. Let's see if we do something with it. Let's go deep. Right off the bat. Now the place is going crazy. And I'm up in the press box. And I'm screaming to our secondary, play sudden change, sudden change. And they hit the damn pass right after. Remember like yesterday, Wiggins was coming. Douglas was coming.
Oh my God. And you caught it too. Paul George used to say, you use trick plays when you don't think you can beat somebody straight up. So when the Notre Dame players saw that they used a trick play, the players heard that phrase from Lou Holtz. They don't think they can beat us straight up.
And a little bit of doubt sets in for Miami.
They flinched.
The go-ahead touchdown now within reach. Holt's turn, unlike the hero. A walk-on for his lucky number 13.
Spring of my sophomore year, I'm trying to compete for a job. One guy successfully walks me, and Coach Holt stops practice, and he said, "Your head."
I talked back and said, you know, Coach, I didn't transfer not to play. And he looked at me and he said, let's run that play again. I came in the room and Coach Holtz came up to me and kind of told me, hit me on the helmet, I recall, and said, I'm going to go to the place.
I'm looking at my left, right? That's our guy's island.
I think back to that transfer decision when my coach at Yale said I'd probably never play. It was a pretty special moment.
Who was unpredictable? That's one of the things that made him great. If you're the Miami Heat, probably the last potential ball carrier you're worried about in that situation is Pat Iverson.
Getting somebody out of Calhoun, we're better cousins.
He's a happy senior, and he understands the Irish. Now, Jimmy Johnson can afford that big one because of the strength of his football team. But by letting Notre Dame score, he has allowed the crowd to really get back in this one now. Jimmy must have silenced the first ball, but they can do that in moments.
Back to goal. It's off by Jeff Allen. And the Irish go for the big turnover. Here's the pitch right side. Tony Brooks not to the end of the very hard. Brooks to the field. 25, 30, 35. Into the 40. Into the 45. Right back to throw. Over the middle. Man open. So let's show a flat field goal from the 17. The kick is up. Looks like it is. Good. And the Irish win it. 31. 1-1.
Sidelines, that symbol, 4 fingers up, telling one and all that the fourth quarter belongs to us.
Between quarters, you had a knot in your stomach. All these writers around it. I gotta go get her breath of fresh air. So I went up to the roof of the press box, and there was this lady up there just pacing back and forth. And I said, "There's a lady up there pacing." Well, that's Lou Holtz's wife. Pressure was getting to us.
I stepped in the huddle. I said, guys, we've been here before. You know, let's just take it one drive at a time. We can do this. He kept us in game. It was just a fight.
Walk back to throw. Where's the man? It's caught by the right side. Miami arching down the field. Deep drop. Walk looking fire to the middle. Hands in front of Steve and Gary. Takes it inside the 10 down to the 9. Irish work. Will try the field goal. 43 yards. Chickens up in the air. And it is good. And now the Irish make cut again. Right to the fullback. Right to the keeper. Pitches out to Ernie Water. In the bad pitch. It's a little good ball. It's picked up here by Tony Brooks. That was what you call a game-year disaster. Not a total disaster.
Now, the Irish defense was scrambling as Steve Ball started taking them apart.
3 wide receivers. Bounce back to throw. Wall. We got up to the far side. The bad bid. Tom Light broken up. Good defensive play. Good recovery by Tom Light. So now it's third down.
The ball gets tipped. There's no pass interference.
We're trying to clean it here. I didn't say that. Listen, Miami fans to this day are still upset about this play. Cleveland here played the family football. We call it down south.
Well, I was completely upset.
Down right there. Okay. Ground game calls it. Wow.
There's only 2 calls that he can make.
Worst, that's first down. Go in the half. At best, it's a touchdown ball.
And the referee told Steve touched. When I get my hand on the ball, just as he's about to reach out. Coach Trigger is an immoral liar. Cloaked in golden gold religion. He dove at me and missed. As soon as he starts to reach out, my hand is coming across this side. He's going this way. And so the ball is now like on his wrist, almost. Like this. He had no control over it. So I can follow him. Coach Thomas the ball. He dies when the ball is on the ground. The ball is point of the ball. Get here. And it really shakes back. It stops. So anybody that's ever seen the play, I've never seen anybody that's watched the play that's had a different man. The official is absolutely right. And no time did I think this was a touchdown. Jimmy's entire position is wrong. Ball coming free. The issue now becomes, was Cleveland Gary down? That's the one we can't tell. My knee wasn't down. I'm home with the ball. It came out after it hit the ground. He's wrong. Do I have any Hurricane fans here who want to? What world that is wholly insane is that a fumble? You can check that ref's driver's license. I better say something. It is something I have to live with. After the game, the referee said it wasn't a fumble. It was lost it down. But we was wrong again because we got the first down. So it was only wrong once, we got twice.
Now, later tonight, we said that. Reading in the Miami News, the story that the ref admitted we blew it.
Had three play. Lou Holtz would have never won a national championship. And now they had another.
Jimmy's still trying to talk to the official. Just curious on this Carson. There's two events here. Plenty of time left in the game.
Well, yeah, a lot of things going to play. There's a lot of time to play this game. They can score anytime they want to. Don't turn the ball over to them.
Johnny Rice back to throw. Set. Look. Is that the ball? And now Miami got it. The ball belongs to Miami at the 14-yard line of Notre Dame.
And I turned the ball over.
This has been a war here this afternoon Sunday.
Miami still down 7. And one last chance to score. Final 2.
Here's the pass to Gary. It's in the offline George Streeter. Nearly third down.
Never wants that thing to go through.
Takes the snap. Drops back to throw. Sets the far pass. Oh, little pass. Knocked down at about the 3-yard line. And now, the ball in the throat. Fourth down. Miami takes the timeout.
I mean, I really never recall anybody, regardless or generating, lining up right here. You would want him to move the ball to your man. You know, you have to have that mentality because if you have the other mentality, you're not a competitor. You're out there playing scale. There was no stress. Yeah, it was no help.
So when it's come down to this play,
Reason?
Yeah, here, but I don't know how you figure out
You gotta be kidding me.
We have 15 minutes, Wayne.
Okay, I will leave every customer with 15 minutes. I'm having to see you shoot. Oh, this is so good.
You're so nice.
Yes. I really need you to do this.
Oh, Lord, I got 15 minutes, Wayne. I got an appointment.
Is that a catch? That doesn't look like a catch.
Lord have mercy.
I sat in the barber chair so long. I see, I turned the corner and said, oh, my son was there. And she's got a lot of customers. We're closing it right now. That's what it is. I sent you the Baby Kids the other day, huh?
You did.
They was Baby Kids, huh?
The thing is, I've had them before.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, they've been with me.
Yeah,
A lot,
you
a
don't
lot.
have the catch rule.
All of them? Or just...
Yeah. It's been at least a year.
Those are sisters that they kids. They all, the bigger ones play for me.
And they see, so you see how I'm getting the suntan line?
I see it.
So what can I do to get my hair back right?
Stop wearing a hat outside. Cover your whole head.
Come down to the last play.
Where to do that?
Say
you laugh. I knew I was gonna make you chuckle when I said that.
He's at the house. Somebody's repairing his Jeep. He decided yesterday change the air filter.
That's crazy. I had to change the air filter in my shit today at the house. It stopped bagging. I ain't changed it for so long. It was black.
But, so he accidentally stepped in the sheet while he was
Wow. You said that at the top?
Yeah, from the attic. He's in the attic.
Oh yeah. Yeah, fuck that out there. Now you gotta replace that whole part right there. You gotta cut that out. Yeah, ain't got no clippers or razors so long in my hair. See that hair growing on my ears? It's too old now. Say that. My birthday is next week.
Why didn't you not before school started?
Because you were busy. And I wanted to bring up the day out. Maybe I can't change it. You know I got enough hair for you to do that back there.
You missed the spot.
But like I said, you missed the spot. I'm so happy for my league. You know I have 107 kids.
Oh yeah?
86 boys, 22 girls. This is my first year with together.
Yeah. Not bad.
I like that warm shade cream with this hot towel. I'm messing with you. That's what we said. Like you were saying, I'm going to make an appointment with you. I want to make an appointment. I need you to take care of me.
So, you go in, you have a handful of but you have the two that you know, like, when we showed them to them, there's only so many places they can find.
They're in California.
Go back and look at the places that have been successful in the past. Our receivers will push off.
That's where I'm from. Long Beach. Right down the street from me. You go out there and visit them?
I have not been yet. She's been out there for 2 years.
And where your other baby at?
In Pasadena.
Hold on. You got 15 minutes.
It was one of our bread and butter plays. It wasn't a new play. It wasn't a trick play.
When he broke the huddle, first thing I was doing was trying to get recognition on the formation. Does it look anything like we practice? And it did. They leaked it back out to the front side.
My running back was going to push up 6-7 yards and then break to the back pylon. And I wanted to throw it away there, but didn't have a chance to.
Where you're coming in, putting great pressure on the quarterback.
I had to reset my feet. If I would have just taken my 5 steps and thrown it, I could have hit it. Biggest lead was lost right there because on the average, throw that ball right there.
Throughout the game, Steve's been pressured in one particular play. You know, if George Williams wasn't in his face, he may have been able to have a great shot.
Couldn't set his foot. Couldn't step into the throw.
You know, he off his back, ball flew off his back foot, top his back foot. Play. That should have caught that. But nonetheless, great play. That's probably the biggest defensive play in the history of the University of football. It was done. It was done.
There's the kick.
Did it go far enough?
I remember after the game, walking off, kind of in shock, and almost just taking a deep breath, taking it in at that moment. This was a heck of a ball game. Sad, bitterly disappointed, but this was a heck of a ball game. It was a great game.
History will show they were the better team.
There was just something epic about that game.
This was a story. This was fun.
I don't know how I could have gone about creating a fictional matchup to have two things that were more disparate collide.
It doesn't get better than that.
That was the toughest loss I've ever experienced in my life. If I could change that one play, maybe I would. Maybe I would. Nah, I'm okay.
The thing that people underestimate about the 88 team, they love the game. They love one another, but they love to play. Spirit of Notre Dame won the game. Magic.
I mean, never seen another college football game like that again.
It was one of the most passionate settings that I have ever heard in any sport. I think the t-shirt really helped elevate this game, even gave it a name that lasts until this day. The Catholics versus the convicts. Makes me smile even now.
After the game ended, I started to think, am I gonna get away with this? Is this gonna work out?
As Walshy headed to Chicago to finally pay off his debt, he couldn't get his mind off his upcoming walk-on trial. And a week later, he joined 100 other hopefuls on the court. Before long, Digger blew his whistle and gathered them together to announce his decision.
I made the team. I'm wearing a Notre Dame uniform, and I'm running up and down the floor with Joe Frederick.
It's something he had worked his entire life for and finally got. That was his.
He was already getting in trouble and stuff anyway.
I had my picture taken for the program, called my dad, and I said, Dad, I made it.
On TV?
But it turned out the dream would be short-lived. A few days later, Walshy's phone rang. It was the dean of students.
He just said, Pat Walsh, I want every penny you made from those t-shirts in my office by 9 a.m. Monday morning. Click. I know I was sobbing, and I started pleading. I get it. I know I screwed up, but I have to stay on the team. Like this cannot end like this.
Everyone behind the Catholics versus Convict shirt was punished by the university, including Joe Frederick. But because Walshy had been warned repeatedly, and his ticket shirt violated copyrights, the hammer fell hardest on him. He was off the team.
I was 24 hours away from running through that tunnel with Notre Dame on my jersey, and here I am saying to Digger Phelps, I'm done. His shoulders slump, and he says, for a few $1,000, really? For a few $1,000, you threw away your lifelong dream?
Walshy slipped into a funk and seriously considered transferring to a different school where he knew he could play. In the end, though, it was my father who talked him out of it. He rejoined the basketball team as a statistician, and day by day, learned to live with what had happened. That January, our football team, having run the table after beating Miami, won the 1988 National Championship. Loopholes in the Irish were perfect. And under the leadership, toughness, and intelligence of Tony Rice, our classmates put together the greatest season in Notre Dame history. The team traveled
leadership is in a class by itself.
Not long after, Jimmy Johnson gathered his team and told them he accepted a job as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Then when he turned to walk out the door, he said, I just got one other thing to say. And I've only ever seen him cry twice in his life. He got big tears in his eyes. And he said, you guys get after everything until I see this year.
When Notre Dame and Miami met the following year, Holt issued a zero-tolerance policy on fighting, threatening to take away the scholarship of anyone exhibiting unsportsmanlike conduct. Facing perhaps a more subdued Irish squad, the Hurricanes were able to honor Jimmy Johnson's final request, handing the Irish their only loss of the season and breaking Notre Dame's school record 23-game winning streak. Miami went on to win another national title, their second in 3 years. The following year, in 1990, after Notre Dame defeated Miami one final time, the rivalry was canceled.
How did they get to this boiling point with Notre Dame and Miami?
Fans get carried away. Fans are short for fanatics for it.
I think that both schools realized that this is really kind of getting off the rails a little bit of what sportsmanship and good taste is all about. And maybe we just need to tap the brakes here a little bit.
I feel badly it was called off. I wish they'd let him here. I think it could have been Notre Dame's best final.
I wish it could have continued on and on and on, because it captured the imagination of the entire country.
When we stopped the rivalry, I remember ESPN or someone making a comment that the rivalry got out of hand and the Catholics versus convicts played a part of that. And I remember not sitting well with it. You know, it became almost like a hatred that I played a part in it.
In 1990, Notre Dame began annual production of an official game shirt, traditionally worn by most of the C5 games. Today, the college licensing business is a $5 billion a year. As for Walsh, he actually kept his t-shirt business going after college until he settled in with the Chicago Board of Trade, where his entrepreneurial spirit led him to enormous success.
This is the only place on campus that I don't like to really come.
Are you over here? Why isn't that many people here for the site? I know my son here, but like, where's other one? Is he still here, Matt?
Yeah. He's here.
Everyone who is athletic varsity ladder is their name up on this wall.
Joe.
When I walk in here, I think of myself a name should be on that wall, just like there's guys who gave a lot to earn their spot on the team. It's a reminder for me that we gotta do things the right way.
Looking at all those names immortalized on that wall, it struck me that my friends and classmates have become legends. The sort of heroes I had looked up to as a kid, watching Notre Dame football with my dad.
Man, I just seen your injury. Man, I was like, man, I know Shawn felt like, I know how you felt going to that damn, that room, bro, like, and I was just talking about something, I had to change my filters because they so black, I ain't changed them in months, right?
What, your Carter filter?
The air conditioner.
Oh.
Thank you.
You said you ain't changed in a while? Yeah, mine, I change mine every 6 months. It was dark, but I mean, I got 2 dogs and 2 cats. Yeah. 2 Beaslas. And,
so how does the cats get along with the dogs?
I work it. They know, so my dogs don't really, I let them run free through the house. So like they're not chasing after my cats all day. Honestly, my cats probably just feel more.
Right. Where's the refrigerator at? Yeah, the refrigerator work? That's a store right there. You gotta get some Tahitian trees here.
Why? Greatest college t-shirts of all time. The most epic Catholics versus convicts shirt. Let's have one somewhere.
Let's get him a Sam's Club. Sam's Club.
Well, better they had convicts versus cats.
He's in the hospital.
I'm sure this is God made Notre Dame
And whatever, I can only buy them in like a variety pack. I have a bunch of other flavors. I don't want the
Well, I need you to find some more of that. I'll see you later. I'll be in
Jimmy Johnson jazz for me.
All right.
Jimmy Johnson jazz for me. Jimmy Johnson jazz for me.
Say Jimmy Johnson's ass for me. That's the player, that's what he said in the locker room.
Blue Hose, wait, wouldn't that be a sight? Blue Hose and maybe out there fighting.
Jimmy Johnson was big enough. He was a great athlete.
He doesn't need to.
I know, I just got there early.
Tonight, the Miami Hurricanes renew their rivalry with Notre Dame, one of the greatest rivalries for 2 weeks.
Do you remember this? The famous t-shirt, Catholics versus the convicts. Well, Notre Dame didn't want to be associated with this, and they really still don't want to be associated. So it was really the slogan that came to define this entire rivalry.
I made sure they didn't touch my hairline. I said, give me a fade. Don't even touch the top. You can touch the top.
Okay, are we ready to back down to our half?
Yeah. What's going on with why my girl been telling me it's crazy? Wow.
Say see is believing, but with Stearns & Foster, that's only part of the story. We handcraft every Stearns & Foster using the finest materials, like indulgent ultra-conformity pillow pillows, or a beautiful mattress, and indescribable During our Labor Day sale, bring home incredible comfort with savings up to $800 on select adjustable mattresses. Stearns & Foster, what comfort should be.
What is this curing?
Huh?
What is this curing?
Moisture and purity. Do it like a shot. Shot.
The plan not being in the SEC this year. When I have Trojans in
Fuck up my weekend. Oh, you think you turn it up? Oh, okay. You turn up that talk, motherfucker.
The fans, the hairs on the back of my neck, I literally stood.
Youngsters playing in a big time game, in a big time conference.
Guess who wasted 54 minutes on my time?
You didn't do nothing?
I'm not with Luke.
Oh, I know that.
What my brother catch me last night? Talking about thing. I can come in at 8 a.m. or noon.
Yeah.
And I can't come to the option after I ask you.
Yeah.
And he says, well, I'd be more comfortable at noon. I was like, cool.
Okay.
I get there at 12:01 on the dot.
Yeah.
Text him, what's your ETA? ETA? You're home? I'm like, yes, motherfucker, that's what we talking about. Oh, I was thinking more like 4. Motherfucker, you might have thought that. You didn't say that. Yeah. I'm at his mercy though, brother. I don't know if you heard of Scott Wayne. Stupid ass.
That's kind of what was important to me in pageantry, like the fans kind of line up as you walk the stadium.
It's a long day waiting to arrive. But then by the time you arrive at the
I don't want to cut you here. How much time you got?
There's something about the lights, something about the stadium, it's like the energy. It's really loud. It's just loud.
What up, my man? Got a son? Yeah, go ahead and chime in. I got them right in a few minutes, so it should be ready. Where's Matt? You on break? At least Jay Jones. She'll give her the test.
Right here?
Anyway. Oh no, that's some of the station. I mean, like.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah.
Everybody's watching, you know, the primetime show. And even as a freshman, you feel like, oh, whoever does something today will be the one to do it forever. I remember the first stringer and the second stringer both getting hurt. And they said, Alexander, get in there. And my heart just dropped to my feet like, oh my goodness. I'm thinking, no, we're not going back in the game, but it's okay. I scored the first touchdown. Let's stay in the game.
You're looking at the all-time individual game rushing record hold for Alabama.
I just remember looking through the crowd, just like, oh my goodness, this is SEC football. I'm now a part of this.
There's a certain magic to SEC games that begin under the Saturday night lights. It's a spectacle that has captivated not just SEC country, but the entire nation. That wasn't always the case.
In the old days, college football was something that's played during the day. Alumni playing their Saturday afternoons, perhaps around the Georgia game, the Dollar game, or the Tennessee game. This is the age before, interstates are everywhere. They had a long drive, a lot of them, to go back to their small towns across the South. They wanted to be ready for church in the morning. They didn't want to be driving at night.
The first night college football game ever was held in Mansfield, Pennsylvania in 1892. It wasn't until 100 years later that Missouri hosted its first night football game. The last of the current SEC schools to do so.
Some of that is unblinded, but it's 6 months.
The first of the current SEC schools to try out was Kentucky.
One person died of COVID, and
In
it was even 2 people
1929,
died
at
from
McLean
COVID.
Stadium,
That
under the glow of 20 floodlights, number 43, John Sims Shipwreck Kelly, starred in a 40-0 win.
Is 100% of one. That is insane.
I don't think you
I wouldn't be insane if it was true. Just now. First, vaccine efficacy in that study was 99%, not 100%. So we're getting basic stats wrong from the start because you have to in order to make the thing math work for his big story of 2 deaths versus 1 death. Second, the whole point of that study wasn't looking at protection against death, but rather protection against symptomatic COVID-19, which the vaccine did reduce by 93%. That was true at that time, long before the development of new variants. Third, even if they were comparing rates of death, that's the opposite of how you would do the calculation for vaccine efficacy. The vaccine group had 1 death and the placebo group had 2 deaths. That would be a 50% relative reduction in death because you're cutting 2 deaths in half, not reducing it by 100%. If it was 100% effective against death, that would have reduced it from you mentioned 2 deaths to 0 deaths. So he doesn't even know the equation to calculate vaccine efficacy in the first place. Highly confident 3 times wrong in 30 seconds is going to the A tier. Now let's leave COVID behind and turn to rates of efficacy.
Ask the question if you're not prepared for the answer. Anyways, if you'll excuse me, I have things I need to get done.
And said, Dr. Smith,
Maybe you should bring them together so like you can be picked up like a handbag. Oh, wait, better idea. You have him like backpack straps and like when they wear like a kid or some shit. I can wear you like that.
started out as a
And then I can be like, look, no hands, and I ain't even hold you. Like, use this, let me hold you. See what I'm saying? Like, and then all you gotta do is, I ain't trying to get banned.
Can go.
Ask the question question if you're not
The
prepared
men who
for the
guided the
answer.
sugar cane farm
Anyways, if you'll
were
excuse
very
me, I have
affluent
things I need to get
and
done.
would take an interest in his football team if he could switch to night football.
So on October 3rd, 1931, LSU hosted its first night game against Spring Hill College.
Don't ask the question. Don't ask the question.
Initially,
Don't ask the
Hill's
question
decision
if you're
looked
not
like a
prepared
bad one.
for the
The
answer.
lights were expensive for that time, $7,500. The game itself was lopsided.
Anyways, if
LSU
you'll
won
excuse me, I have
35-0. On top of that, it rained. And worst of all, not a lot of fans showed. Despite all that went wrong, the reviews in the next day's newspaper were encouraging.
The Advocate glorified this event like it was the coming of Christmas.
Hill had stumbled upon a great idea, but not entirely for the reasons he thought.
In the Deep South, in the early 30s, Saturday was the day to go shopping, to get the groceries necessary for the coming week. By changing from an afternoon game in the heat of the Deep South to an 8 o'clock kickoff where the temperature is comfortable, you're inviting women to attend this event now.
The audience grew even more, thanks to another unintended benefit of night football. The reach of AM radio.
WWL picked up LSU football. During daylight hours, broadcast signal goes from Lafayette, Louisiana to Pensacola, Florida. That's daylight hours. During the